could be with anyone, you're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around me. You could be with anyone, and I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me.
Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to the show. We're going to have an awesome show tonight. It's a call-in show, so I want to hear what you guys think. We watched the tell-all. We're halfway through because it's my understanding there's 4 of these bad boys. Halfway through, honestly, if you think about it, I mentioned it earlier in my video today that I dropped today. We have covered exactly 2 issues, really. 2 issues. Like, if you think about it, I mean, aside from like the what's your favorite color? What is your secret sauce? What do you like to do? What is your hidden talent? Aside from the icebreaker, it's all been backdoor deal and a little touch of like Kody pass, a little touch of uh Mary got her money taken from Kody. Like he took her equity to buy the McMansion. So with that being said, let me make sure that you guys can hear me. You can see me. Everything is copacetic. Make sure you give me a 1 in the chat. If you can hear me, you can see me. Everything is cool. Otherwise, I'm sitting here talking to myself, and that's kind of lame on my part. So, all right, I see some ones popping in. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Cindy from Oz, JB, Megatron, Mama Celeste, Karen, the Bronzed Empress in the house. What's up? Yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Otherwise, like I said, I've been having problems with my system, and there is a distinct possibility I could be sitting here talking to myself and not realizing what's going on. And that is terrible, right? Especially if I would like come to it like, whoa, I never thought of that. And all of a sudden I'm by myself. Sharon said, James is number 1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are number 1. You're number 1. Before we get too far along, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. It'll be at the top of the chat. I'm gonna pin it to the what the hell? Oh, comb. I'm gonna pin it to the top of the chat. Raiders Ma in the house. Okay. But and I'm gonna throw that to the top of the chat. I'm gonna ride the rest of this week out on a My Take on Reality, and as well as I might ride through the rest of the season, but I think I'm gonna have to disconnect the lives from the channel just because it interferes with the like people's ability to get the videos. At least that's my suspicion. Maybe people just don't give a shit what I say. It'd be awesome. That'd be funny. Like, we don't care what he talking about. Suck ass MC. So it's always weird because people always assume it's not me. Yeah, so what tonight, obviously we could talk about whatever. There's only really, like I said, as far as the tell-all is concerned, unless, I mean, if you guys, maybe you saw something I'm not seeing, as far as the tell-all is concerned, by all means, you have every right to bring that up. But we're only really focused on, so far as the tell-all is concerned, the backdoor deal. They got a little bit into Christine and David and how David responded to the apology tour. So he touched on an apology tour, like lightly grazed it a little bit. Like I said, they grazed the idea that Kody took the house money. Now, in my video tomorrow, because like I said during this week's first reaction during the after show party, it hit me that like Kody isn't just a bad husband or a bad dad or any of the things we've kind of been saying. Kody is the lowest form or exhibit of anti-manhood in a sense that he's taking advantage of single mothers financially. Like there's I don't know. Like that's one of the lowest shit you can do. And like in my book, like I don't know, maybe it's a little sexist, I guess maybe. But to me, that's just one of the lowest things you can do is take advantage of a woman who has kids, and you actually benefit and maneuver because she has kids. You act as though she's vulnerable to you because she has children. And so she's trying to make this situation work. She's trying to make the relationship work. You understand that. And you take advantage of that position. And not only do you take advantage of the position emotionally, sexually, physically, whatever, intimate, as far as intimacy is concerned, you take advantage of it financially. And she has needs, physical needs. So if you there and you just trying to get your rocks off, she could be there just trying to get her rocks off too. No harm, no foul. Everybody dirty in that situation. But if you're taking away resources that she uses for her children so that you can benefit yourself, that's where I think you kind of you're in scumbucket territory. And I talk about that tomorrow in the video. It'll come out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, so, when we talk about that, I talked about a few ways that I think Kody was taking advantage of the women. And just to give a little hint on some of the things that I'm talking about, we talk about the McMansion and Kody getting the money for the McMansion. But if you really think about it, the McMansion wasn't the first one. Because what happened with the McMansion? It was a rental, right? Then all of a sudden, they were going to, out of nowhere, they found this rental. There was like a big ass house. And usually those houses don't go up for long-term rentals. They get this big ass house. Then they come in with that big ass house. They say, oh, it's beautiful. And we're going to stay here for a little while. We're going to just rent and we're going to save up our money so we could build on Kody Pass. What happened? They said, oh, we're going to sell it. And then Robyn had the exacting standards of, well, I have to have at least 5 to 6 bedrooms, have to have a big main room or dining room so that I can, have the whole family over and I could be the center of attention. I have to have these things. And if I can't find a rental like that, then I don't know what we're going to do. And of course, they're not going to find a rental like that because those are big ass single family homes. If somebody has that kind of asset, usually they're selling it. They're not trying to find somebody to rent it, right? So because they couldn't find a rental, all of a sudden, that's why they had to put the bid in for the McMansion. But that wasn't the first time that happened, guys. That wasn't the first time that happened. There was, if you recall, that rental that she was in was her second rental. Ironically enough, the exact same thing happened in the first rental. Let me say that one more again. The exact same thing happened in the first rental. They moved into that big ass rental, right? All of a sudden, the owners decided they was not going to be renters anymore. They're going to sell the house. But this is before Kody had an opportunity for Christine's house to go through, and they didn't have all the house money in yet. It's my position, because I take the position, one, you can tell what a thing is going to do by what the thing has done. You can tell what a thing is going to do, predict what a thing is going to do by what it already has done and what it's capable of doing based on what it already has done. And these things have done this shit before. This is not, the McMansion was not the first time this happened. It's just weird to me that every house you move into, all of a sudden you're there for about, like they were at that one house, the one rental for about a year. Then after the year, all of a sudden this guy's just like, you know what? Bump this. I'm tired of getting this big money every month. I'm going to go ahead and sell it. I think what they were doing was they were finding homes, like, because they have this program usually with owners and buyers called rent to own. And I think that's what they were looking for when they got out to Las Vegas. I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. But I get the feeling that Robyn and Kody were looking for rent to own homes, homes that typically they were going to sell. I will rent it from you for a little while, then I'm going to buy it from you. It's something that they did with Kody Pass. That's how they got Kody Pass, y'all. They did a deal with the owner. So it's not outside the purview. I'm just saying. I think that the first house they moved into, that they were forced to move out of because they couldn't afford to put the money down, which was actually around the same price point as the McMansion. So it's not like this house went for $2 million and they were totally out. There was no way they could possibly buy this house. The house that they lived in first went for the same money. They asked for 1.2 to begin with when Robyn and them were first there. Then they dropped the price down. The house eventually sold for around $987, which is very close to what Robyn and Kody spent on the McMansion, which was around $850, $879, I think it was, somewhere around there. That is very close. It's very close. And the things that happened fell right into place as far as Kody being able to absorb the money from the other wives' house. We could talk about that if you guys want to, but let me know what you think. All right, we're going to kick things off. Let's drop in with Megatron. Get her ripping. Hey,
Yo, what's up, Jay?
How's everything?
Everything is everything.
I heard that. I'm sitting here in my lab coming up with these crazy concoctions of theories and
Oh, well, I got listen. Well, come on, get your pen.
Okay, all right.
I got some for you.
Oh, you got some salt, you got some tea.
I got some tea. Might be spiked with some whiskey.
So that's a
but
tea.
So am I on? Hold on, I have an echo. Am I echoing?
You might be. Hold on a second.
Okay, hello. Okay, but anyway, so Robyn keeps saying she's not signing the deal until it's fair. Then it cuts to her saying she's gonna get legal with Kody. Am I the only one thinking that she was holding off on signing anything because it was you give them half or some of your percentage, not mine. And because he was trying to force her to give up some, now she's trying to go legal. So I'm thinking like she was fighting back, not because it wasn't fair to marry and it's not going to be fair. No, it's because I don't want to give up any of the 30% that I already own. Plus the 30%, the half of his 60% that he owned. And so the whole time she's trying to spin it like she was holding out and looking out for Mary. No, you didn't even want to give up anything that you own to make it fair. And when Kody was pressing her to like, no, you give up some of yours too. Oh yeah, now I'm gonna get legal on your ass, Kody, because I ain't giving up shit. Am I the only one that's picking up on that? She threatened. What would make Robyn threaten Kody with legal action?
Yeah, well, because there would be no basis for it. That actually makes more sense because there would be no basis for it. I want Mary to sign this document saying that she can't talk about it and she forgives.
There you go.
And if she doesn't sign it, I'm going to divorce Kody. Like that shit don't make no sense.
So, none whatsoever.
Yeah, that makes zero sense. I refuse. So, I'm not doing it until it's fair.
Yeah, you was saying that because you didn't think it was fair that you had to give Mary 10% of what you own and Janelle, whatever. These are just numbers I'm throwing out. This isn't accurate. But let's just say Kody owns 60%. Robyn would own 30%. Janelle and Mary had to split up the 10 that was left. You understand? She didn't want to give up anything to make it 25 and 25.
Right.
She wanted all of what they were going to gain to come from strictly Kody and not what she owned. That's why her ass was holding out. And that's why it wasn't fair.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah,
I said this old bald mouth ass heifer.
Yeah. She did say fair a lot.
Yeah, she kept saying it's fair. And then, but what got me was when she was like, he was being mean. He was threatening me. So see, now that's her out. She can play that back. That's her out. Right. And then she hit him with well, if you want to, instead, what she meant to say was, Kody, I'll divorce you and take half of everything. Keep fucking around to find out.
Yeah.
That's basically what she was saying. So I was like, you know what the fuck, girl, if you don't stop, I'm sorry. I'm in my podcast thing, girl. Go. Don't be quick to But I didn't know if anybody else picked up on that or not. Yeah, she was pissed off that she had to come up off some of her percentages. She was pulling a dollar bill. Ain't no moonlighting.
Yeah.
She didn't want to give up none of her percentage. And then to say, well, why is Mary mad at me? I haven't done anything. Whoa. You catfish this woman and then use the evidence against her to force the legal divorce so you can legally marry her husband. So you can throw around, I'll leave your ass and take half. Robyn ain't shit.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Robyn is more of a snake. Janelle, I consider more of a dog. Because a dog will try to attack you where you weak and when your back turned when you ain't looking. A snake will bite your ass head on. They don't give a damn. So you know what I mean? Like I respect the snake more than I respect the dog. Because a dog will wait until you turn around to try to get you. Which is the shit Janelle do, because she did that shit. She tried that deal and seen it wasn't gonna work out, and now she backpedaling. It was no deal. It was no deal because you couldn't legally do the shit.
Right.
But if you could have legally done it, it would have been, well, Mary should have protected herself. It would have been a whole, you know what I mean? It would have been a whole another story.
Well, you know what? Because what concerns me with the whole thing is because I know there's people who are going to say, well, it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't a big deal. It's not a big deal because it didn't happen.
Right.
But
it's the principle.
Right. There's principalities behind it.
You understand what I'm saying? Just because you ain't burned my house down, that don't mean you didn't attempt to do the shit. You just didn't have the matches.
Right.
You poured the gasoline down there. You just didn't have a match to light the bitch. So if you could have done it, you would have done it.
Well, I tell you what, if you try to burn somebody's shit down now, you are committed. As expensive as gas is.
But you understand, like, you know she was committed. She's paying off the title loan so no one can buck about it. Like, she was in that. So the desperation that she was in at that point, how can you not believe, if she was that desperate to take on the full responsibility of paying titles and James, we cool. If me and you own something together and we supposed to pay this fairly, we finna pay this fairly. I ain't about to eat, $5,000 worth of cost just so we can hurry up and move on with. No. You give me your $250, I take my $250, and we'll pay. But the fact that she was willing to do all of this, you damn right. I believe she would have tried to backdoor the Mary ass on this deal.
Well, I mean, it also speaks to the fact that because even I saw a video with somebody sent me a video. I don't know if they give me permission to say their name, but they sent me a video of Suki doing an interview with Frazier, and I watched that. And one of the things even Suki mentioned during that interview was that Janelle was in a desperate financial situation. Like she had no money. She was operating on no money. So, it's, it's one of those things where we may like Janelle. Maybe there are people who are fans of Janelle and they're willing to overlook it or forgive it because of that fact. But I think that there still stands the point that, she would be vulnerable to do it.
The attempt was made.
She needed
the attempt was made. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if I attempt to run somebody over with my car. Okay, I didn't hit the person. It didn't happen, but the attempt is still there.
Right.
And the fact that the attempt, to me, is the attempt and then acting like you didn't attempt it. You know what I mean? It's like, well, you know what? I mean, we discussed it. We figured we couldn't do it. And so whatever. But it's the, no, it's the innocent act that stresses my soul.
Right. Well, you know,
That stresses my soul.
I'm
Because it's
gonna
like,
go on record because I said this about Kody, and I still have to do that video because I was talking about the apology tour, and one of the ways that he actually could have got some ground or got some traction with the apology tour is acceptance. There's a point where when Kody was on Special Forces, he criticized Jussie Smollett, Juicy Smollett.
yeah.
Juicy. He criticized him because he was like, "Oh, he's here for a second chance." For those who are not familiar, Juicy basically lied and said he got jumped by some MAGA guys. I got jumped by some MAGA goons, and they did this, that, and other. And he set the whole shit up trying to renegotiate his. No shade, just it is what it is. And one of the things that I think keeps him out of Hollywood, keeps him out of roles, because he is talented. He's a talented guy.
Yeah.
One of the things that keeps him out is the fact that he won't just say, you know what?
He did it. Everybody know you did it. Just say, you know what? I messed up.
Yeah.
I did it. Can you forgive me?
Right, exactly.
Okay, we can move forward. But you doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on the lie, just, man, get the hell out of my face. Like, I don't even want to talk to you for real.
Right. If you keep saying, like, if I know you did it. You know you did it.
You know, and you know that I know you know.
Right, exactly. And you look at me in the face and saying, "Oh, I didn't do this." Bro, we know you did it.
We know you did.
All you have to do is just say we already know. We already know this. It's not like you telling us something new. I did it. I messed up. Kody the same way. And
same way.
Put Janelle in that same bucket.
Yes, she is. Just admit it. Robyn does it too. I never did anything to Mary. Girl, what? We watched 20 seasons of you doing the shit to Mary.
Right.
Not only her, but the kids. And you're saying you don't understand. I don't know. I'm like, oh Lord, here we go. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm just, it's like, ugh. But no, my whole thing was Robyn is pissed off because she didn't want to give up what she owned. That's why she was the holdout. Because again, James, when you said if one person don't sign, the whole thing and everything goes back to the original plan. Correct?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm not going to sign it to everything's fair.
Because here's
what's fair is, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, here's the thing. It goes hand in hand with your theory because in order for Robyn would have to give up ownership in order for Mary to acquire ownership. That's why everybody has to sign. Robyn is giving shit up in order to make Mary whole, or Mary and Janelle whole.
Mary and Janelle, right.
Too. So she would have had to give shit up. And it doesn't really.
Which is why, what did she keep saying last night? Me and Kody are two different people. We're two different people. She feels like Kody owes them hoes. I don't owe these hoes nothing. So you give up more of what you own. Let me keep what I own and let's just move on. But here y'all signed this saying y'all ain't gonna talk about it. Y'all not gonna disparage me. And Mary was like, bullshit. No, I'm not signing that. Janelle signed it because she's a simp. But Mary was, like, nah. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, well, Janelle signed it because she was desperate for the money.
She was desperate, right?
Financial situation. So she could,
yeah.
Like, what's the old adage? Like, I say this to my kids. Like, you don't ever quit a job to look for a job. If you get a job, then you leave a job. And the best time
you leave
for a job is when you have a job.
When you have one. That's right.
You could go in there and negotiate, like, nah, I ain't working them hours. Nah, I ain't doing all that for this little bit of money. You know what I mean? Then you could do that. If you desperate for the money, whatever you guys got, I'll do it for you. It's a different conversation.
Exactly. But I just thought it was interesting. I was like, is anybody else picking up on this heifer? Like, she fussing because she don't want to give up anything. She wants to keep everything that she owns, knowing legally she could also take half of what Kody owns. So instead of her just signing and letting it be fair, she's holding out, hoping they'll get frustrated. And now, oh well, I don't get in Kody and other wives' business, but also their business is dot dot. I'm like, yo, this woman here, somebody please.
Yeah, right. That's why you need to get fitted for a jacket with no
I
pocket.
can't, I can't. But yeah, those are just my 2 points. I was like, I was so put out last night, I just had to lay down.
Yeah. I'll tell you, this show it's gotten to a point where I think the show is wearing you out because it's past like somebody wrote on like left a comment on a video I did talking about the tell-alls, and he said at this point I can't even hate watch the show anymore. Like it's like it's risen to the level where I can't even hate watch the show anymore because it's just so crazy. Like everybody is lying. Nobody.
And it's middle school, and you got Suki. Well, she said you said this, and no, he said you said this, and it's like, and I watched a video too at work, and the kids were like, "What you watching?" I'm like, now mind you, these are high school kids, no idea who anybody is. They're like, "Oh, this is high school drama."
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was like, you know what? This is high school drama,
right.
And I feel like the unprepared principal, huh?
I say thanks for airing me out because I was gonna do a video on that because they talk about like girl games. It's really high school games. And that's all the tell-all is. That's why it's so ridiculous. They were so offended by girl games.
Right. I think the only one that was in the tell-all that came with the thunder was David, because he was like, listen, these people are crazy. I'm not about to keep sitting here and entertaining it. At this point, her peace of mind is all I care about. And when Suki was like, well, you were there. And then he was like, yeah, you damn right. Because she ain't going nowhere with this food without me. Because they asked Christine the question. Suki asked Christine, do you think you could talk to Kody the way Mary did? No, because I just don't care enough. You're not going to talk to him like that because you're scared of him. Just like we see Janelle when she gets in front of him. And Kody. And Mary's the only one like, I'm done with this shit. Like, she's giving it to him.
Right.
David's giving it. So, and it's like, Janelle's gonna need Maddie with her. Christine has to have David, and Mary has to have Jen. That's the only way anybody gonna really say what really needs to be said in a tell-all. And it's sad because y'all all 50 fucking plus years old, acting like you're 12 and 13 years old, middle and high school shit.
Right.
Say what you want. Say what you need to say. Clear the air. Janelle, he said, you said. Well, I didn't say shit, Kody. When I tell you that.
Right.
You understand? Like there was no deal, and she's just too. I can't deal with her. You know, I said I won't go get on her tonight because she stresses my heart out too. It's been palpitating. I can't deal.
Well, I don't like the because the one thing I don't like, if you lie on me, especially if you're trying to say I'm stealing some shit, take it. I'm not entitled to. I'll come back and be like, everybody has their own perspective. Everybody has their own truth. Like, no, there's the truth and there's a damn lie. And that's
there's a lie. Now, James, I'm from the South. I'm a black woman. I identify as a black woman. But let me explain something. One thing you're not gonna do is call me a thief and a lie. Right. Those are fighting words, and me and you got to step out back, as Vera told Quick. We got to go out back. Right. Because you can call me any name in the book. You can say I'm mean. You can say I'm whatever. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's your opinion.
All that shit. Go through the whole book. But what you
call me a liar and a thief?
No.
Absolutely not. That's one of the things my granddad was real big on. Your word is bond, and your honesty and good name is all you got in this world.
Right.
And then you run around here telling not just people in our family. You are on international TV show telling people I'm a crook, a liar, and a thief. Mm-hmm. And that's the narrative you are allowing people. That's why, like you were saying, this whole backdoor deal with you, like, is personal to me because, like you said, my friends and family are literally investing their money into Tater Farms. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that's going to be buying her flowers, going to her rent out her event space and whatever have you. So this is personal for me. Right. You think you finna take my money or I know my sister ain't got much money, and what little money she got, she's trying to, and you a lying and a thief? Oh, no. We can't do you got to go. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think I'm so intense with the whole Janelle thing, because it's personal. It's very personal for me.
Right. Right.
So, but that damn Robyn though, that helpful. I ain't surprised, but at the same time, what she gonna do next?
Yeah.
Because man, I never done anything to Mary. I don't understand why Mary started. Then she got real sassy with Suki. I'm saying to myself now, Suki just went toe to toe with David, and she's soon. Robyn raised her voice. Well, calm down. It's okay, and we're just gonna figure it. Like,
Yeah.
how old are you, and how old is she?
Yeah. Because Suki gave the during the Sarah Fraser thing, she's been going anywhere she can to reiterate the fact that, like, well, I can't say too much because I'll get fired and this, that, and other, but
If
like,
you have to be on the job where you got to lie to get your paycheck, fire me so I can get my unemployment. I'd rather get unemployment, send my ass home, and stand on what I stand on.
right,
Because now, Suki, you are complicit in the lie.
right.
You just as bad as they are. Hovering and what my granddaddy called aiding and abetting them. You aiding and abetting the lie. So if you will sit there and cover the lie for them, I can't trust you neither.
Right, right.
But that's my take. That's all I got tonight.
Thank
I'm
you,
interested to
Megatron.
see
You might see
what
that
everybody else got to say.
just as a forewarning, if you don't mind, you might see your theory as a video coming soon.
Hey, use it, take it. Look, email me, let me know if I can help out anyway. But yeah, my take. Hey, we going international. We already international, but we about to blow up.
Right, like a
You know what I'm
man
saying? Make
smoking a
sure
cigarette at the gas station.
you understand. TLC, we know y'all listening, y'all watching. Put a name on it. James and his my take cronies peeped y'all game. We called you out.
Right.
Any of the other podcasters, we know y'all be watching, trying to get content too for y'all videos. Give the damn credit. Or like Robyn said, we finna go legal on y'all. We finna go legal. We finna go legal.
Right. Said no more Mr. Nice Guy. Well,
You
actually,
understand? They already messing with your equipment, trying to get us shut off.
right.
They've been cutting us off for the last 2.5 weeks. We not doing this no more.
Right.
Give us our credit and leave us alone.
Right. At least a shout out. Like, give a shout out.
You know,
give a shout out.
that's all we ask. We good people. We fair people.
Right.
But we want our doggone percentage too.
Yeah, right.
Ain't no moonlight. No moonlight, James. No moonlight.
All right,
But
Megatron. Thank you so much.
anyway, all right. I thank you for taking the call tonight. And I'm interested to see. And good video, by the way, today. Like I said, good video. I was like, yeah. You spot on. You spot on.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
All right, y'all.
calling and dropping those pearls of wisdom on us too.
Good. Hey, always.
Appreciate that. But you have a great
night.
All right.
You too. All right, y'all. Bye.
Awesome. We want our percentage. That's awesome. All right, next up we got Sharon in the house. Sharon, what's going on? How you doing?
Yes, Lord, Megatron land. I'm very toe quick. We can all be some fighting motherfuckers up in here tonight. You start calling me liar and a thief, we gonna go for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that shit at all.
Yeah, no. And if you are a liar and a thief, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Right.
No. And I'm not gonna trust you. See, that's one thing about this whole thing that gets me is that how they trusting Kody after he's done. And see, Mary, the thing that bothers me about Mary kind of thing right now with this whole situation is, yes, she needs to get her fair share kind of thing. I'm about it. I really want her to get her fair share. But she acts like it's like when she knew before Janelle even told her that she couldn't trust them, that she needed to lawyer up. She knew it because they had that conversation out there at the end of that episode where they was talking about, and she was saying, yeah, I see how it is kind of thing. Because then she knew that Kody and Robyn was going to get 50 and Janelle and her was going to get 50. So she knew that she was already going to get slotted some right there. But, and then Janelle trusting him kind of thing, even saying behind him, and I think that's the way it happened. He suggested it, and she said, well, you could sell it out from under her. She shouldn't have said that shit. She shouldn't have
Mm.
said it. She was stupid for doing the gift thing. I get why she did it. She didn't want to have to pay the taxes on the money from the Vegas house, but she still should have insisted that they put all their names on it and kept pushing the issue. Now, whether it would have come out or not, who knows? But still, yet, that's my money. You ain't running with my money.
Right.
No. I mean,
Especially like a bad investment after bad investment, the instability he has as far as
yep.
like, oh, we're gonna move to Vegas and it's gonna be our forever homes. We're gonna buy houses on the same street. Like, do you realize how crazy how difficult it is for you to go to a developer and say, basically, I want to buy a block of houses, right? And you find a developer who is willing to do that for you, and you get the houses. You come in like lowballing, because I saw them checks. Like for a $500,000 house, they were dropping down 1%. They had $5,000 checks when they were like, "We're gonna leave our deposit." $5,000 on a $500,000 house? Are you crazy?
Exactly.
Are you crazy?
I know.
And you following behind his ass, like it makes no sense. And we talk about like, oh, I want to get your equity out of your house and I'm gonna do some things with it. No, you not. Not
No.
today.
No. And tomorrow's not looking any better.
Right.
No. I mean, Kody and Robyn be the equity thing, be the earn it and burn it queen and king right there, because they just suck their money dry. And I'm just like, dude, this ain't gonna run forever. This ain't gonna run forever. It's like that little white car. It's gonna eventually stop. So you better do something, and it better be the right thing, because it ain't gonna last forever.
Right.
The other thing, see, I think Kody messed up her names. She's not shy and pretty. She is stupid and petty. I mean, for real, that's what she is. And him and her, good Lord, not only does she not know that Wyoming don't start with a Y, him and her can't get their story together. I thought soulmates could, finish each other's sentences and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No. He's saying that he told her not to sign at the end because of this. She's saying she told him she was not going to sign because she wanted to protect Mary. Yeah. Do y'all know each other? I mean,
right. Do you
do
talk?
I
talk?
mean, even if you're gonna lie, let's lie the same instead of being stupid and lying separate.
Right.
Now, I will say that Janelle was smart, because I really do think, I think it was Megatron that said that that the reason why what she probably agreed to with Janelle saying that she was satisfied was for her part that she put into the McMansion was that he agreed not to sue for part of Garrison's estate since he didn't get named in it, kind of thing.
Right.
And that maybe was that's where they settled out, kind of thing. Couple of things. First of all, why would she fight him for it if she done the gift thing? Then she's going to get in trouble with the IRS. You know what I'm saying? Because if she said it wasn't a gift and she had already done the paperwork, she's fixing to get an audit.
Yeah.
And I ain't sure that audit.
That's what I was saying. Like
anyways.
somewhere down the line, like that's what I was positing on Sunday. That when you start talking about like the whole mortgage application, that becomes that becomes fraud. Like that's a crime. Like it's a big crime too. Like you go to prison for mortgage fraud. You go to prison. That's not I messed up.
That ain't a oops.
Yeah.
That's an orange wearing jumpsuit. Let's see how you look good in that kind of jumpsuit.
Right. Yeah, that's you get a jumpsuit. Like you get a jumpsuit, you get a federal jumpsuit for that.
Exactly.
That's federal time.
So
that's not state shit.
She's not said anything about it as far as she ain't said they settled. She ain't said any of that kind of thing. She did say something about gift, the gift of the house or whatever kind of thing and stuff for the gift for that house. Because she knows if she says that she's owed it and starts fighting for it. And plus, see, you talk about the low down stuff with the mother, the single mother thing. That's some low down shit to use your dead son's estate.
Yeah.
To try to See, that's some low down shit right there, James. You go to hell for shit like that.
Right.
Damn, that's no good. No bueno. you know?
Yeah.
But
That's crazy. Like you
and I
stepping over
can
your
see
dead son to get to your wife's money. Like it's crazy.
yeah, that's some
You
low,
know?
low, low shit, right there. But I can see why for those two reasons she would say, okay, we're fine. You know
Mm,
what I mean? One, she don't want to get in trouble with the gift thing, and two, she buried her son. Why would she want to suffer through that?
right.
And talk about making the other kids mad. Ooh, that would be bad.
Mm,
And that crap about him saying shit about David, now that pissed me off. Now that made me mad. Saying that David's a construction worker, insinuating that David's one of those cat calling guys, like you said, kind of
right.
thing. See, and then I apologize if it made you angry. How about you apologize? You said it.
Right.
How about you apologize? You said it. If that made him upset, then you should say, I'm very sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. He
Well,
said he watched their wedding and said he was smiled through almost all of it. What parts do you think he didn't smile through, James?
well, probably the reception of the party he wasn't invited to, but he
Well,
said that.
that they did the mosh pit kind of thing and stuff. But
Yeah.
don't you think he was probably upset at what his kids was saying? Even though it sounded nice to me to say, well, we love David, we love David's family, and we hate that this over here has happened too. But
Right.
I still bet he didn't. Still bet he wasn't smiling through that.
Right. Well, because even to talk about like the apology, no sooner because he apologized for how it made David feel that he said he loved Christine, but he said he would do it again, and
Oh
he had
yeah,
every right to do it. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what kind of like these are different kind of guys. Like these aren't men that I hang out with or men that I would associate with, because I don't know any man who would sit there and say, I'm sorry for something I intend to do. Like if I plan on doing something tomorrow, I'm not going to apologize today for doing it today.
no.
You know what I mean? I'm just, it is what it is. Or if I say something and I mean it, it might hurt your
Sorry, not
feelings, but
sorry.
yeah, I said what I said,
Exactly.
and I stand on it, if I
I own it.
believe
It's
it,
okay.
yeah.
Well, I just, no, he gonna mess with the wrong one with David. I just really think he gonna mess with the wrong one, and David's not the one. I don't think. And how would he have felt if Jessup tried to do that?
Who?
If Robyn's first husband
Oh,
tried to
Preston. Yeah, yeah,
Preston,
yeah.
yeah. If Preston come back and started trying to say that to her, how would he feel?
Yeah, yeah. We had that young love, Robyn. We was all over
Yeah,
each other like bad cats.
yeah.
I was tearing you apart, Robyn. Hey, excuse me,
And
Kody. I'm looking at Robyn. Like, come on, man. You would not be.
yeah,
You would be
and
ready to
it's
get out
okay
there
that you took
fighting
all
and
my
pissing
money.
and
It's
spitting.
okay.
Right. Well, I'm
Yep,
sorry if
yep,
I made you upset, Kody.
yeah.
Anyway, Robyn. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, Kody wouldn't be happy with none of that.
No, no.
Well, and then Robyn, I wasn't going to talk to Mary. I wasn't going to tell Mary,
Mm,
and then she talked to her because she knew that she wanted all the money, or she talked to her because Mary was having a hard time with it. She talked to her because of this, because of that. Let me tell you something, and think about it. Do you think she would have missed one opportunity, 1 second, to step in and tell Mary that Janelle was screwing her over?
right.
Right. She'd throw anybody under the bus for any reason, any day of the week if she thought it was going to get her something.
True.
So, I don't, you can't believe nothing neither one of them two says. Well, I got one more for you, and this just may have been an accident that Christine said this way. I think she may have just misspoke, but I'd love to, and I'm glad you got the video I sent you. But when Suki was talking to David and Christine, and start saying, well, why didn't Robyn come, this and that and the other? Christine says,
Why would you send your ex to his ex to apologize and say that they didn't love you for saying they didn't love you?
Mhm.
So it was like she was saying that Kody was Robyn's ex. Now she may have just misspoke, and 100% that could be the thing. But it just made me pause for a second because I rewound it around it and like, did I hear her say what I thought I heard her say?
Maybe
So,
that's
but-
season 21. I'm breaking up.
Well, maybe, I don't know. But just go back and watch it and see if that ain't what I heard her say. Because I really think that's what she said and stuff. I don't know that she meant it that way. She may have just misspoke with saying X and X and X kind of thing and stuff. But it was just like, ooh, maybe I did hear that.
Right.
All right, James. Well, thank you for letting me call in. I appreciate you, man.
No worries. Thank you for calling in, giving us your perspective. I appreciate it.
All right. Looking forward to tomorrow's videos. Have a good evening.
Have a good one. Bye. Awesomeness. Sharon coming with the heat. We're gonna jump down a little bit. Let me bring Christian up. Christian?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes. And if we have Joey, call back in, Joey. I'll get you up. Christian, by all means, the floor is yours.
Hey, how are y'all?
To the
Yeah,
show.
just a couple things. Like that tell all blew my mind. Honestly, I think it was the best episode so far because there was so much information that they've been neglecting to touch on for so long. And even though we got snippets of things, they're finally acknowledging the things that we talk about, right?
Mhm.
So, biggest thing to me, Robyn does not like that man. She does not love him. If you notice, Kody is constantly taken up for her. Robyn's sweet. She's shy. She's this. She didn't know. It's an honest mistake. But when it comes to Robyn, it's always, or like her meltdown when she was talking about telling Mary, when Suki asked, why didn't you tell Mary? And she was like, well, it was Kody and it was Janelle and it was this and it was that. She's so quick to throw off on him. I don't know if they have a pact for her to do that, to try to rebuild her image or what, but she does not like him. Her body language around him, everything, she has got the serious ick. They're not going to last another 5 years.
Right.
And then another thing that, my thing with the whole Janelle thing, okay, everybody's saying, well, you have two sides, right? Janelle did it and she's not remorseful about it. And then the other side's saying, well, she didn't mean to do it and Kody's trying to just put a wedge between Janelle and Mary. Well, two things can be true at the same time, right? So this family is famous for constantly counting their eggs before they hatch, right?
Right.
They move before they get money. They do all these things, buy all these things, commit to all these things before they're able to actually do them. And then when it comes time to actually do them, they're rushing. It's a panic. It's, it's just stressful, right? So Janelle with her property in North Carolina, if she needed Coyote Pass money for that property, Coyote Pass this has been going on for a long time. What in her mind made her think this would be a quick deal and she could just take her money and buy the land and be done with it?
Yeah.
I mean, what has told you, looking at the past history of your family and the way that y'all do things, that that's a smart idea? Okay. Another thing is with the Janelle situation. Everybody keeps saying, oh, well, we don't think that, she was going to screw over Mary. I 100% believe she was going to because she didn't want to miss out on the deal. But the thing with when things like that happen, when you go dirty to get a come up, that money's never good. It's never going to work for you. Whatever you purchase with that money, it's not going to be for you. And so Janelle should be thankful that Mary did her due diligence. Another thing is, when Janelle called Mary, was it last season, on FaceTime, and she was like, you need to lawyer up. Everybody's using that to cite that, oh, well, she told Mary. Yes, she did tell Mary. However, if she felt in her heart that they were going to try to screw Mary over, why in the hell would she even mention this backdoor deal to Kody, thinking Cody's going to sell the property, collect all the proceeds, and then divvy them out fairly? That don't make no damn sense. Why would you tell that lady to get a lawyer then? As early as you did? Like, that doesn't make sense, to come to find out that you're scheming behind the scenes with Kody because you need your money. Janelle's body language, her nervous laughs, everything when Suki asked about it, she lied. She was lying and she was trying to throw off on Kody too. They was both in it. Robyn knew about it. She should have told Mary. Janelle and Robyn both should have told Mary. And Kody was like, oh, well, I'm going to go ahead and get the jump and tell Mary so that way I can put a little wedge. Because honestly, he's their enemy number one between the two of them, Robyn and him. So of course he wants to break up that little friendship. I don't know. They pissed me off though. My blood pressure was so high the other night. I was so stressed out.
I'm with you, man. They gonna put me on medicine. What's all they'll put my ass on medicine. But the crazy thing is, I agree. It's not even so much crazy. It's just logical. I agree with what you're saying. I think that one of the things, and this is what I kind of covered in my video earlier today, was that because they're so hesitant to talk about anything else, and this is directly at the TLC interns and Janelle and family, if you got people watching, part of the reason why the backdoor deal is such a big issue and such a turning point is because you guys didn't talk about anything else this season. You didn't cover anything else. So I think we are hyper focused on it. So we're blowing it up big, but there is reason to do that because like you said, this is the part where I would hold this as an example for people who are working with people, trying to be understanding for, people, exes and things of that nature, to pull that coattail. If you couldn't trust him from the start, like this whole time, the reason why you were talking about lawyers, because you couldn't trust him. And you couldn't trust him from the start. You don't have a history of him looking out for you. So it doesn't make any sense to me that you would go and even entertain the idea. Like, even if you personally thought, is there a way I can sell this shit out from under them and get my money? I would never go to him with that, because if he's the guy that's going to betray you, he's the guy who you guys plan on robbing a bank together. He's the guy that's going to lock you in the vault and take the money. Like 100%.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's going to call the cops.
Right. He's Joe. He took, like, you take the little bag, I'm going to take the big bag. We're going to meet up later. You go home.
Like, you forgot your bag. Go get it. Drive off in the car and call the cops.
Right, exactly. He said his mama live at, like, I'm telling you, like, it's just like that's
he wants so many things for such little effort. Mm-hmm. Even when they were talking about the divorce with Mary, right? According to them at that time, it was just a paper shuffle. But no, he wants this, that, and the third, right? He wants to take half of Mary's house, or however they split that. I still don't know. It's still confusing. But so if you think about that, he's one man. He has 4 wives, right? They all 4 leave him. He's 2 times the profit of what one man would get, but he hasn't put in the effort or the money or anything to gain even what one man would take from a divorce like that. Right. It's crazy. He's lazy.
Right.
He's a grifter. He treats his whole life like an MLM. His family's an MLM. They're all downlines for him. That's deep in their blood.
You trust me, because he's looking for that financial freedom that he's talking about.
He can be looking, if those kids. So I watched a snippet from the Sarah Fraser show today, and she interviewed Suki or something. She posted a clip, and so I was watching. It's about 20 minutes or so, and she was talking in there about, or Suki said that Kody has come out and said that he's neurodivergent.
Yeah,
I've never seen that anywhere, ever. I don't know if I missed it. I didn't watch Special Forces. I don't care to watch him. I don't watch Sister Wives for Kody. I don't want to see his taco meat on his chest or any of that. I'm no thirst traps for Kody Brown for me. Thank you. So, right. But maybe he said it on there. I think he's grasping at things. You can't come out and say that you're undiagnosed with something that you haven't been diagnosed or seen for. And so here he is again, slapping on something else, trying to make it stick for his behavior. Oh, it's not me, it's this. It's not me, it's that.
Right. Yeah. And the thing is, for me, I get it. And this is where I kind of, rubber road some of the psychological terms, like pop psych terms that we as a society and culture try to use, and in some cases overuse. You being a thing doesn't necessarily excuse bad behavior. Right? So if he's neurodivergent, on, like, basically saying he's on the spectrum, right? Usually that's how they refer to it. If he's saying he has ADHD or whatever the case may be, okay, but that doesn't explain why you don't have any morals. why you don't have any ethics, how you feel comfortable screwing over these women. You know what I mean? And your kids. It doesn't explain that. Like, it just means that you have difficulty concentrating. But you seem to be very, very much so concentrated on stealing this money from these people. You know what I mean? Like, all of a
That's what I'm
sudden, the moral
saying.
divergence don't work when it comes to putting your name on documents. You have no problem. And that's another thing. If you're neurodivergent, why are you going to meetings by yourself with attorneys and people to sign on deeds and fill out paperwork for ownership and land assets? You understand what I mean?
That's Robyn. She's diagnosing him. Where would Kody have heard that or even stopped to even think about it? Yes, I know one of his children has come out and said that, she's or was it I can't remember.
Dayton
Was it Gwen? Yeah, Gwen, and then Dayton as well. But to me, like, Kody didn't pay enough attention to those kids to even try to understand what it was, right? To me, this is something Robyn's talking to him about his ADHD and, oh, you need to go get tested and this, that, and the other, because she was the one that was talking about it on the show in earlier seasons when Kody was trying to talk to Dayton about something. I forget, it was probably like season 3 or something. And then she was like, he doesn't understand. And then it just kind of went from there. But he just comes out with some crazy stuff. How you going to come out as somebody that's on TV now and try to rope all the neurodivergent people in with you? No, you're embarrassing. Get the hell away from them people. They don't need you.
People who suffer with it understand what it is you're doing. Like,
yeah, right.
Just because you put on the flag don't mean that you necessarily stand up saluting. Everybody gonna salute you. Like, at the end of the day, like I said, if you are neurodivergent, like if this guy is saying he can't read, he's illiterate. I'm not sending him in somewhere where it's heavy, like literature, like you have to sit down and like mortgage papers and you have to go through contracts. I'm not sitting you down so you can go through legal documents. That'd be crazy. Like, if he's saying what he's saying is true, then every adult that's in this situation is a lunatic. The OG3 would all be crazy. Robyn would be super duper crazy, trusting him to go off by himself to talk to people. If he can't pay attention, he can't pay attention. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's bananas. Like, I think that you're trying to make an excuse for something, your bad behavior, and the excuse you're making doesn't make sense to excuse your bad behavior. Full stop.
Exactly.
You know.
And Robyn's setting him up big time, and he's fallen for it because she used the word threaten. He has threatened me. He has this, he has that. She is about to take everything, and he ain't about to get him 50% of nothing. He'll be paying child support for 2 children. That's what he's about to be doing. And alimony to her and anything else she can get him for, because why would she come out on TV and say something like that? And then the producers still leave that in. They left that comment in on purpose. Also, the catfish thing, they left that in on purpose. They didn't have to have that on there.
Right. Yeah. Let's go back.
But they love that storyline, so.
Talk some things.
But anyway, that's pretty much all that I had. I want to say another thing. Now, y'all know I've been on here a couple times. I'm not a Mary lover, but I'm a Mary stan. Okay. And the reason that I am is because either she is a master at disguise, or what I've been observing about her has been true this whole time. Mary will sit down and have those hard conversations. She's always gone to therapy. She even tried to work on her relationship with Janelle. Janelle just wasn't with it at the time. I don't think Janelle really wanted to do the work, right? She's always tried to work on her relationship with Kody and Robyn and even Christine. And then Christine hit her with that, your baggage is too much and whatever that was. So even in the tell-alls, Mary is able to have intelligent conversations without breaking down, crying, gasping, all the different things that the rest of them do. She will actually have the conversation, even though she does skirt around things. I think they do that for legality purposes. I also think that their HELOC they just took out, Kody and Robyn, was probably to pay Janelle and Mary back for that first house, because they're seeing how this crap's going down. They know what's in the tell-all before we do, what's been said. I'm sure they have a viewing of it. And their lawyer has probably instructed them, look, if you can get this money, you need to get this money, you need to pay them, and then just let it be that, because there's so much evidence built up now that they could take that new house that they got. They could be
Right.
sitting there homeless. So
I
yeah,
don't know. The only thing that would make me question that, and I hope they did get their money. I hope they did get their money. But the only thing that makes me question that is that would be too smart. That you understand what I mean? Like maybe I've been watching this show so long that I'm bitter now, and I'm very skeptical of everything that they say. I'm being pessimistic, but that would be too smart. Like for them to take the loan out, make sure everybody got their money so that they're all square and they can't say anything. That would be too smart. Because the smart thing to do would have been for them to give them their money before the tell-all even came out, before they even went to the tell-all. You know
but
what I
they
mean?
might not have had it. The reason I was thinking that too, they might not have had it. So they're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul again. This is Kody. This is what he does, right? So
Right.
think about it. Their house, it needed a lot of repairs, the original McMansion, right? Need a lot of repairs. There was a lot going on, costing them a fortune to haul water and whatever else it was. They wanted to get a new house. They probably didn't have the money for the down payment of the new house and then the fees that come along with that and everything else. So they're like, okay, let's sell this house. All this stuff's heating up online about, what we owe Mary and Janelle and everything else. And let's put the down payment down on this house, get this house, we'll pay in for a little bit, get the equity out of it, and then pay them back. So it's kind of the same notion as what us brokies do. Like if you ain't got money to cover a bill, what's the most important bill? And then, you shuffle stuff around.
Right.
That's how they operate because he's still in that mindset. You see,
Right. I agree with
he's
that.
not building wealth. He's building debt.
But Kody also operates under the idea that he's doing owed things that he's not entitled to, and he doesn't want to give up anything that he feels like he's already achieved. So if he got money from because making them whole would be like, it's kind of what Megatron was saying earlier about Robyn with the giving up percentage on Kody Pass. They feel like they earn that money. That's their money. And so I hope that he would do that. As far as Janelle, he's not giving Janelle any money back because Janelle signed a document saying that they were settled. So she's done. The only person who would be entitled to any money would be Mary.
I don't know, because Mary was making some really good money from LuLaRoe. I looked this up one time, and for her to be at the tier she was at with her downline or something, she had to be earning upwards of like $30,000 a month off of LuLaRoe. I think all that art and statues and all that other mess that's in that house, that's the money from Mary. He's hiding assets.
No, I believe it.
Except I think he's buying terrible ones.
Right. I believe he's stealing from. I mean, I'm not questioning whether he's stealing from him, but I think that he's just like because he could the same way he could have gave them that money, the same way he could have like. There's so many times where he could have off ramped if he was interested in any fairness at all. He could have. They were pouring into the family fund before the wives left, and they could have paid Kody Pass off a few times with the money that they had in the family fund. But Robyn and Kody were diverting and siphoning money off the entire time. And they didn't go back and say, you know what would be fair? Instead of asking Mary and Janelle to kick in another check, right? Stroke out some more checks to pay off Kody Pass. Why don't we sell some of this raggedy ass art we have laying around? They never did that. And that's the reason why I'm kind of questioning whether they actually took out a equity loan and put their house in jeopardy to pay back Mary.
They honestly, they should. If an attorney is working with them on this and they listen to that attorney, then that's probably what happened. If not, then they just went to Kohl's and Etsy or something.
Right. Yeah.
So
she bought a house for her dolls. Like I can see that before I see them giving money back.
But who does that on New Year's Eve though? Think about that. That's when the paperwork was filed for it. So it was the week of Christmas, really. That's crazy thing to have to even think about doing at Christmas time.
Well, yes, but there's also a time when you like to spend money, right?
True that. So what else did they buy? Did they buy another property? Are they going to buy themselves Airbnbs? They like to copy Christine.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm I'm hesitant to think that they took out that much loan to give money to Mary, because they wouldn't need $750 to give to Mary, because her house didn't even sell for $750.
No, but hopefully they did pay her back. But I think her lawyer's hot on their ass anyway.
Yeah,
That's the whole, because she didn't sign that NDA, and however all of that worked out, she has a good lawyer, and I'm sure they're hot on their ass. I think Jen's pushing it.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
I know, right? Anyway, I'm gonna get back to cooking. I need to go eat.
Right. Well, you have a fantastic evening. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you.
Bye. Thank you.
Right. No worries. Awesome. Lively discussion. Next up, we have before we go to Negla, I have some super chats that came in. We had Shanna Lee with the $4.99 super chat saying, of course, Robyn thought she could run over Mary with the money and Kody passed. Yeah. No secrets there. Mary got a whole legal divorce without getting her own lawyer to represent her. I know. And that in itself, like that whole lawyer thing, that had conflict of interest written all over it. You can't represent two parties. Like, I guess the lawyer was like, oh, I'm going to be on TV and I'm going to get my name out there. Bruh, you represented a wife divorcing her husband who brought his girlfriend / fiance to the divorce settlement. What kind of lawyer? That's conflict of interest all over that shit. And then, we're going to do 50-50. This is why you have to have your own lawyer. Because your own lawyer might look at it like, well, Mary, I'm just curious. I'm going to ask some questions. Please don't be offended. This is what a lawyer would do if you get your own lawyer. I don't want to offend you. I just want to ask some questions because I'm curious. This house, yes. You and Kody bought it. Yeah, me and Kody bought it. Okay. Where did you get the money? Well, we are on a television show, and I took my portion of the show to make the down payment because there's 4 of us. There were 4 wives, and we were each getting a house, and we each had to pay for our own household. So I made the down payment. Okay, so you made the down payment. Yes, I made the down payment. You know, Kody was paying for some other things like groceries, food and shit he was eating, right? Okay, got you. Okay, let me ask you another question, man. Just curious, don't want to offend you. Who was paying the mortgage? You guys were paying the mortgage together. He would give you money. You would write the checks, or how would that work? Oh, no, I would write the checks from my account. So, again, we're on a TV show. We would get money back. We would give him all of our money, and then he would give us apportionments of our paychecks back, and I would use a part of that to pay the mortgage. And I would also buy groceries for my home, and I would pay for the insurance, the lights, and things of that nature. Okay. All right. Okay. Mary, and you want to give him half of this? And he's here with his girlfriend. You want to give him half? That's why you have a lawyer. Because some states is no fault. Some states, might be community property, might not be community property. Like, that's why you get your own lawyer, so they could give you good legal advice for you and your situation. Not, I'm just trying to get this done as quick as possible because it's a paper shuffle that I'm going to use against you later. So, yeah, that whole thing was crazy. And like I said, anybody who's ever worked in the legal field was losing their minds watching that happen. I guarantee it. But thank you, Shannon Lee. Appreciate you. We have Jody Periscala with the $9.99 super chat. I watch from the start. I can't get it streaming. Drop DTV, I guess Discovery TV. I feel like the person that didn't get invited to the Christmas party. Thanks for the tea. You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth, Jody. Right now, I have a streaming network. I was able to stream, before this season, I was able to stream Sister Wives on 4 streaming networks. Had to drop 2 of them mothers, right? I'm off at least 2 of them. The only reason why I still got 2 is because I do the one which has television shows that my wife likes to watch, or I would have dropped that mother too, right? That's the only reason, and that gives me the access to the second one, like the TLC network thing, right? I look, this is crazy. They aren't talking about shit. They not trying to do shit, you know. And like somebody said in one of the comments earlier on my video, it's at a point now where I can't even hate watch it because you just get mad. There's no justice in this. Like, it's just a bunch of people walking around, and I feel like either we have an episode where your blood pressure high as hell because people are saying crazy stuff, like when Kody sat there and was like, I don't owe Mary shit, and I just give her what I feel like she deserves, and she need to understand I'm just doing that out the kindness of my heart. What? Or you watching them brush their teeth because nothing is going on. Oh, this is my boyfriend. I'm 22 years old. I'm Robyn's daughter, who you never really saw in the show before. Like, you see me in the background, but there's never really been any real storylines about me. You don't really know shit about me. And this is my new boyfriend, Brody. I don't give a shit. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not even so much against her. It's just that I don't know you. I don't know you to care. So, and you're 22 years old, like 22 going on 23. You got a boyfriend. Congratulations. There's high school girls walking around with boyfriends. Like, I'm not losing my mind over that. So I feel you, Jody. And I'm also insulted by the fact that Sister Wives is at a point now where they're actually telling you less. So their content, like the quality of their content is decreasing, but it seems like they're trying to charge you more, and they're trying to limit access for you to be able to watch the show. Because they're, like I said, I go back into the day, like back in the day when you had Discovery Plus, the Sister Wives would come out on Sunday. It would come out on Sunday. You by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock a.m., where I am, Eastern Standard Time, you could watch the episodes. Now I have to sit up almost to midnight to watch the new episode of Sister Wives. And it's not even as good. So, like, what are we doing? And then they try to everybody's talking about, in order for you to get TLC, the prices are going to go up. For what? What am I paying more for? I'm paying more to get less. So don't feel bad. You know what I mean? This is a party, pretty soon nobody's going to be at. So. Then we had Brittany in the house with the $1.99 super chat. Want to make a mod squad in the house. Damn, not stealing being his hyperfixation. I'm committed to stealing. I gotta get other people's shit. OPP. Yeah, you know me. Other people's property, boy. Kody about that OPP. He can't help himself. I mean, it's just right there in his face. He's like, I gotta do what I gotta do. It's sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Then we have Perfumes Are Life with the $9.99 super chat. I think Kody will never pay these women back. I'm with you. Him and Robyn are genuinely shameless. They're already making excuses, and Mary has no legal recourse, really. Depends on what document she signed. I'm, and that's the part that scares me, is the fact that if Mary signed a document saying that money was a gift, she would be committing, like, you have her over a barrel. There's a term in legal parlance called the doctrine of clean hands. The doctrine of clean hands, which basically means, like, for instance, if I was out selling D-rugs and somebody came up and they click, robbed me, right? I can call the police up and be like, yeah, I was out here selling D-rugs and so-and-so came and robbed me and I want him arrested and I want my product back. And they took my money too that I made from D-rugs. The only person getting arrested is me. Only person getting arrested is me because I just confessed to a crime. Other than that, they're not going to do anything. There's no. They don't consider that maybe they'll get them more like assault or a terroristic threat, something to that degree, but they can't get them on theft, right? Because you have to have clean hands. If she committed fraud in order to give Kody an advantage, so she lied on a document, a financial document, which is backed by the federal government. That's why it becomes federal crime. If she did that, then she can't go back and sue Kody because the fraud plot didn't work, or it did work and he doesn't want to share the proceeds. If I go out and con some old lady and say, oh, we're going like an old couple, I'm going to redo your driveway. I get out there with some black paint and I paint their driveway and they give me counterfeit money. We just screwed each other. We just both had a bad day. So yeah, it's, I hope that she didn't sign anything or fill any documents out. Here's the thing. Financial institutions will require that document if they don't think you have the money. So if Mary didn't sign it, in that case, Kody very well, like to go back to what Christian was saying, in that case, a lawyer would tell Kody, y'all need to get her money, because if she takes you to court and it comes out that you forged a document or didn't submit that document and you received that money, because you would either have to sign an affidavit saying that you didn't receive any gift money to help you buy the house, or you would have to forge a document from Mary saying that she did gift you the money. Either way, somebody going to jail. So if that's the case, a criminal lawyer would tell Kody, just give her damn money so she will stop and it doesn't trigger an investigation. Because this case is not that difficult to prove because it's a document case. They go to the bank gives the documents to the prosecutor. Prosecutor list them exhibit A, B, C, D, E, F, and they submit those documents. You got to go in there and say that those documents ain't real or try to squash the documents. They'll probably get in and you get to go to jail. You get 3 hots in a cot. You get new real estate plans. So if that's the case, yeah. Mary might have got a surprise check in the mail. Girl, we good? Thank you, perfume. Perfumes are life. Girl, we good. We good. We straight now. We straight now, right, girl? Then we had Elizabeth's mama, 1667, $4.99 super chat, said, I'll never forget how Brianna and Aurora were mean girls to Savannah. Yeah, that when that story came out, that sank they damn battleship. Like at that point, you're beyond like pity for me. Like, cause your parents, like, you can't make fun of a child for being broke when your parents are the reason why she's broke. Right? Your parents are the one that stole the money from her mama. And you gonna make fun of her because she don't have no money? Girl, you walking around with them rags on because your mama stole my money. What? Like, don't get it twisted. I know where you live, Brianna and Aurora. Don't have me show up to your house and whip your ass in the living room. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth's mama. Yeah, that's just a bad look for them. And the worst part still is the fact that we don't really know them, because Robyn and Kody have kept them out of the Savannah, Brianna, even Dayton off the screen. Saul and Ari kept them away from the show and everything else. We don't really know them. So we're more familiar with Savannah. And she doesn't really have a whole pronounced thing. She did have a role in season 18 when she got denied by Kody and she was showed with her mom. But it's just a bad look. It's a bad look. So we tend not to care about, they don't have a good place to start. We'll say it that way. But Megatron with the $2 super chat, Kody and Robyn, $2 super chat, Megatron, Decepticons. Kody and Robyn are kleptomaniacs. They can't help themselves. See, now that is a pop psychology term I can get behind. They're kleptomaniacs. They can't help themselves. It's a sickness. They are diseased in the mind. They can't help themselves. It's not their fault. They just steal. They steal to steal. Diagnosed. Maybe that's what Kody meant when he said, I'm undiagnosed. I'm a kleptomaniac. I can't help myself. It's pathological. Right? Maybe that's what he's talking about. Maybe that's Then we'll go after this. We'll go right back into Neglet 3 with Shannon Lee with the $4.99 super chill. Were they offered any money to sign the NDA, or did they actually agree to shut up for free? Well, yes and no. They were promised money. If they signed the NDA, they were promised, girl, you got my guarantee. You have my word. I'm going to pay you this money back like you paid back all the other money. That's why, that's how I know that, when Janelle signed it, she was desperate as hell. Because she was if you say so. I believe you. Because she needed it to be true. She needed it to be true. So basically, she signed it for free. Well, technically, she got, Garrison's, Big G's estate money. And he eventually gave her the 25%. But that wasn't guaranteed. That money was not guaranteed. That relied on the kindness of Kody. After she signed it, if Mary would have signed it, you 100% would have been relying on the kindness and generosity and pity of Kody and Robyn. 100%. So from that respect, it would have been for free with the promise of money. But thank you so much, Shannon. All right, guys. Oh, wait, we got Megatron. We'll close it out with Megatron, and we get Neglet 3. Megatron with the $5 super chat. Damn those Autobots. The money from Mary was compensation for her embarrassing Kody publicly with the catfish. It was one of the rules she had to follow to gain his trust back. Yeah, right. You lost my trust. Now, you know what would help me get that trust back, girl? That money. That money. It'll help to heal this divide. You can become part of the family. And that's kind of what he hinted at when he said that they could move to Arizona, have a new start. If she sells her house and comes with them, then maybe they could restart the family again. They could retry. So he gave her all the lines. She just ate all that shit up. You know what I mean? He pulled her right into the boat. Which also makes sense to go back to Shannon Lee's point that at the end of the day, was it for free? He was able to achieve so much previously on a promise and on his word that it makes sense that, they believed him, or he thought they would believe him when he said, if you guys sign this NDA and this settlement of all liability, then I'll definitely give you your money back. For sure. You can trust me, because that's what he did before. But thank you, Megatron. All right, and now we're going to Neglet 3. What's going on, Neglet? How you doing?
Hey, James. Hanging in there.
I heard that.
First of all, real quick, on a personal note, my husband and I wanted to just say thank you to all the family that showed us love yesterday. It was like, I didn't know you talked to that many people on there. I was like, I love my My Take fam. Now you see why I'll be riding hard for our people. Shoot. It's a new movement. But
there you go.
But anyway, but what I wanted to call in, and I just saw your video on Sunday's show, but when you were talking about how this way that they do the tell-alls is not sustainable, because it's really she say something, then he watch a video of her saying something, and then they record. You know what I mean? It's like responses back and forth and all. No. I want to hear like a real time, Real Housewives of Atlanta, where Kenya got the scepter and Portia. You know what I'm saying? I need to see some real. I need to see something. I think they all forgot the mouth or the hand that feeds them, and hungry mouths or closed mouths don't get fed. So y'all can continue with the BS if you want, but it's not a sustainable platform for them anymore. Right. And so that's why I really, really agreed with that. Like I was going to do a speak pipe, but I said, well, let me go ahead and call because I want to send a membership when I get off here. But yeah, anyway, that was kind of all I wanted to ask. But I agree with everybody. I usually pretty much not believe, but I pretty much agree with Megatron usually. And I think who was that? Kat? I don't remember any. Basically, everybody who's called in, we all on the same page. The OG3 got, or his original 3 baby mamas got screwed by him and his wife, and you know what I'm saying. This is just the aftermath. But yeah. But I really did enjoy that video. Everybody, if you haven't had a chance to go out there and look at it, it's not very long. It's only like 7-10 minutes, but it you get to the point. You know what I mean? You like, look, y'all gonna keep playing in my face. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I think that I want to get your opinion on this. Like, I think that it's just getting to a point where it's long in the tooth. Like, I think when he first started doing it, it was understandable because the family had just broke up, and maybe who want to be on the couch with their ex-wife or their ex-husband?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I told every 10 minutes you gotta keep your hands to yourself. Like, nobody want to do that. But we've hit that point now where accusations are being leveled, and it deserves the response. Like
it deserves a real time. Like I want to see Janelle fall off the couch when Robert and Fauntleroy, say, oh, well, that was really Janelle that wanted to block her. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the response, like the real time response. I don't want to see her watching him say it. She already knows he said it, and she done already wrote out a response to. I want to see real time Kenya with the scepter and Portia getting in her face. You feel me? Like I need that, and I'm not saying come to in real life come to blows or anything like that. But like I need to be able to gauge your reaction without you sitting there for 20 minutes scowling at Suki because she asked you a question that you was paid to ask. Damn it. You was paid to answer and she was paid to ask. Right. It's you telling me you need $20, but you're not telling me who, what, why, when. You know what I mean? Like, bruh.
You want to do the show or you don't want to do the show. Like, it's at that point. Either you want to do it or you don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. Just stop doing it. Like,
and you know what? And they've been phoning it in since COVID. COVID was you caught me, but bruh, COVID was 5 years ago. Work with me. People that had baby. Look,
babies. We got company.
Shoot, I've been married 6 years. So you feel me? Look, let's speed this up. You know what I mean? We got married the year of COVID. So work with me. I think the network gets it, and I think they know it too, but they're just still trying to bleed that last little juice. And like you said, with the subscription fees going up, I have Amazon Prime, and yes, I have Discovery Plus, but see, I watched that for a different show. So whatever package it is gives me TLC and like HG. You know what I mean? It gives me a little group for like, I don't know, $15 with no commercials. So it's not like I'm losing anything by having the show, but to have it show up on my Amazon Prime, like, oh, Negley, you need to watch them. But damn it, I do want to call in. So let me go ahead. But I will say a lot of people on here don't. I know our sister Linda. She doesn't. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm not wasting. You know, but I don't know.
I ain't mad at it. You know what I mean? Like I get it.
Heck no. But see, I also was the type of kid. Like both of my parents, my father's an architect. My mother, her bachelor's, well, her undergrad was in English, and her graduate was in government studies. So it's kind of like I can't just tell you 2 + 2 = 4. She has to go, or they have to go look it up in the, you know what I mean? Use the T-square and the compass, you know. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, what she said is right. So I have to see it for myself rather than just getting up bits and pieces from, you know. I don't even watch that many talk shows with it anymore, except maybe you. And sometimes you'll tell me that, you know, such and such has something, or you know, something like that. But it's dead.
It shows it's in its last death throes.
Yeah. You know, and I mean, I hate to say it because it is a family and it is a family story, but I just think they really did carry it out too long. So, you know, I don't know. What do you think? I know what you think, but
yeah. I mean, I just think that I think they just ran out of stories. No shame on them. It's just that you don't have a story to tell anymore.
Sure.
You know? It's just, it is what it is.
And well, the other thing, and I didn't even think about it until you said they don't have a story to tell anymore. Also, after this last season, nobody's gonna believe. I don't believe none of them raggedy. You feel me? Like I really believe all 5 of them were up there lying about something. You know, some were more culpable than the others, but and some of them was lying about stupid stuff that's not really relevant or important. But when you sitting up there telling, oh yeah, we were in Moab at 12:32 p.m. and blah blah blah. No, I wasn't. I was in California. Well, what the heck? Something. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unnecessary lies at this point. Like just lying to be lying.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, I'm kind of through with it. I would love to see maybe in, I don't know, a year or something like that. Hey, you know, where are they now or something like that? Yeah, that'd be nice, kind of. They don't have to follow up on K&R. I don't really care. But, you know, the OG3, what y'all doing now? You know? And, you know, just make it like an hour-long Netflix or something. You know? Or YouTube. Again, I keep telling you, no offense to you, but look, just put it on YouTube. Look, 99 cents. I'll download it. I got you.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, it's certainly not worth the juice is turning into not worth the squeeze.
Sure.
When you're doing it. So
sure. Yep.
But thank you so much for calling in, Negla. Is this your anniversary? You said this your anniversary?
So yesterday was our 7th year together, 6th wedding anniversary. Okay. So I put it on the Facebook page just because I like sharing. You know, we share on Saturdays. Look, y'all, if y'all sleeping on a membership, get a membership. Join the members only roundtable. We have fun. We laugh. We talk. Look, I got to buy some glasses that Megatron sold. trying to sell me. Yeah. You know, we talk about everything from Canadian health prices to I don't know.
Yeah, we run the gamut. We talk about everything. Because the conversation, the way we do it on Saturdays, the conversation just kind of goes where the conversation goes. So it's sometimes it's heavy sister wives, sometimes not so much. Like we barely talk about sister wives. So it is what it is.
But it's fun, and it's just a break from, you know, just kikiing with your buddies. And it's a wonderful opportunity. So I love y'all. Make my take fam. Y'all take it easy. James, look, we starting to GoFundMe for a new computer system.
Yeah, I was shut down. I didn't know what was happening. It was crazy.
Look, brother, we love you, but damn.
Yeah, it was like shutting off, freezing, come back in. It was shutting off. Yeah, it was nuts.
Oh, but goodness, it was the Kody Gremlins.
We make it work.
There you go. It was the Kody Gremlins. So.
Right.
Anyway, all right.
Now.
Take care, dear. Have a blessed.
Oh, have a happy anniversary. Tell them I said what's going on. Happy anniversary.
Will do, but I just wanted to say real quick, you guys, if you have something short you want to say, you don't want to come up or whatever, leave a speak pipe. The link should be posted at the top, and you could just, it's like a minute or two, and just say what you feel, and you don't have to, it could be anonymous or whatever, but that's a good way to get your, whatever you got to say out. Yep.
Absolutely.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Bye, dear. All right. You too. Bye.
All right, guys. Let's get some hearts in the chat for the lover couple celebrating their anniversary. Negligent 3 and her husband getting it popping, getting it rocking, doing them things that lovers do. All right. Negligent's like, we've been together 7. Just so we clear, he on lock. Don't be tripping. That's my dude, and I'm his lady. So before you get nuts, all right. But we're gonna jump to Michelle. UK Michelle, what's happening?
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Beautiful people. How you doing, guys?
Doing great.
Yeah. Oh, my husband just he said that he might come on next week and have a little chat as well. So,
awesome.
But he's going to say hi.
I lied.
What's going on, man?
There was something you wanted to say.
So I come up with this little ditty, if you will. It's dedicated to a Mr. Kody Brown, if you are listening. If you are listening, pay attention because there will be a quiz afterwards. You worship deception and call it self-love. You speak in lies and call it connection. You demand applause for invented greatness. You fear being ordinary more than being false. You are a shrine built on nothing true, a crown on a hollow skull, glitter on a lie.
Yes.
Okay. Let me give you a little something. All right, got it. We have an artiste present. I got an artiste.
Just because it's insulting, isn't it? I mean, earlier on, a video popped up in my recommended, and it was TLC, and the narrative in it was just complete BS, a rewritten version again, and I couldn't help it. I could help it, but you know me, I'm not gonna. I was like, right, well, this is all utter rot. It's complete rubbish. You're now backing up the gaslighting, and this is the real sense of gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me I didn't see what I saw, because I did, and you put it out there in that format. So I dislike the amount of fraud that has been going on. I think it's disgusting. You know, relationships, no matter how many people choose to be in them, it's not 50-50. It should be 100-100, but for effort, not financial grabbing. You were right in your video. He couldn't explain why he took 100%, but he was entitled to 50, and he's still trying to blag it. He's still trying to sort of do the 1-2 switcheroo, and it's like I've said it before. You can keep trying, but it's too late. We're past that.
Right.
You know, fool. Right. You're an absolute fool.
I have a question. I have a question for you. Oh,
sure.
Belated New Year greets to everyone.
You as well. So you're well for the holiday, for the event. So
yeah, we had it was an interesting holiday, but yeah, we got through it unscathed.
There you go.
But it's just. Oh, you had a question.
Yeah,
sorry, darling.
What's the one thing a liar needs? A bloody good memory.
Yeah. Because they have to keep track of all the lies they told, right? Because the
Yeah.
lies come down. Like there's no such thing as one lie. So you have to tell 4 or 5 lies to make that one lie make sense. And then you have
And
to remember all of them.
And here's the thing. It makes you look an absolute... Well, it makes you like, I don't know, the brains of an Oreo biscuit.
Yeah.
If you lie on screen, yeah, if you trace back footage that contradicts yourself,
Right. Right. Yeah. That,
it's
and that,
no good saying, I don't know, I can run 100 meters in 10 seconds
Mm.
if you previously said, I can't run to save my life, my knees won't take it.
Yeah. Doesn't track, does it? Literally does not track. And I think the money situation, to me, it's just it's the end result of a long line of disrespect. He took them for everything he could get, and he's still trying. And Robyn, pick a bloody lane, like our friend said the other day. Clock in and pick a lane. You either don't know what's going on and you're somewhat bewildered by all these different facts and figures, well, then how can you claim to know 100% shenanigans haven't gone on?
right.
It doesn't make sense.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
When are the FBI going to bust him?
That's what Linda's calling for. Linda's calling for the FBI to do some raids down there in Arizona and start throwing people in the magic bracelets.
And let's hope it's pay-per-view, because, you know. And I'm still waiting, Kody. I want them receipts. Tick, tick, tick. Keep going. Anyway, that's us two. We're over. We're out, and we love you guys. And happy belated anniversary wishes, Negla. I did put something on Facebook, but in case you missed it, we love you, our sister from across the pond. We do. And I love you all, and have an amazing week. Anything to say, mister?
Toodles.
Okay. Love you guys.
You
Bye.
take it easy.
Bye.
All right. See, now that's relationship goals, y'all. That's relationship goals right there. they live together, they do lives together. That's what it's about. That limerick was off the hook, though. I love it. I love it. Oh, I should have asked them while they were on. I should have had Michelle, if you're still watching, have your husband send that to me. I want a copy of that. I want a copy of that. It was good stuff. Love Michelle and the Mister. Outstanding individuals. Outstanding individuals. And you can feel the love in the room, which is also awesome. I like that. Love it, love it. You know, and that's the I guess you could do contrary TV. So you have Kody and Robyn. They talk about how much they care about each other and how much they love each other. Oh, I gotta get to you, baby, because do lick the spoon, baby. Do like you do in the nasty time, baby. Oh yeah, you know, because I really care about you, baby. And then you have somebody like Michelle and her husband. And I felt more compassion and more compatibility in the time that I saw Michelle and her husband talking than I ever have seeing Kody and Robyn on the screen. How crazy is that shit? Okay. And that's a note to self, like when you guys TLC people take notes, write that shit down. Write it down. Take notes. Because that's what it looks like when people are actually in a real relationship. That, my friends, is what real relationships look like, right? It's not, oh, how can I, get you and grab you and bend you over and grab the wagon, all that. No, that's what you do in high school. That's childish shit. But when you're a mature person, you have a relationship, it's about you guys meeting in a place that you feel comfortable, and I think that that's the subtle difference. And when push comes down to shove, that's what we miss as we sit there and watch Robyn and Kody try to profess how much they love each other. And to be honest with you, it's a little weird too, because people who got to tell you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again that they care about each other, they probably don't. They probably don't. Just saying. But we're gonna bring Linda up because I know she got something to say. Linda, what's happening? How you
Hey,
doing?
darling, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You coming through loud and clear.
Listen, I had an epiphany, and I'm not crazy, and we got to talk about this.
Okay.
This episode was by far the most important episode. I was trying to figure out why in the hell TLC was playing telephone. You realize when they were asking a question and then they would go back and it looked like they were starting and stopping all over again. These motherfuckers were trying to throw us off. They were trying to throw us off with the fact that Kody and Robyn are shitting in their pants because they know that they are going to get into serious legal trouble. Because if I lost count how many times Kody said, "Gif, gif, gif, gif my ass." Janelle, maybe, not Mary. So I was like, something is very weird here. And why aren't Robyn and Kody sitting together in the tell-all? Riddle me that.
Right.
Why are they not sitting together? That makes no fucking sense. None whatsoever. Now, I was like, what's going on here? And I think TLC was trying to throw us off. I think they were doing this editing because I swear to God, I felt like it was a game of telephone and everyone was Helen Keller because no one, when they were like, oh, duh, they were regurgitating bullshit. Now, I had to stop because I was really getting aggravated with Kody, but we have to remember, this motherfucker does not have the morals and values we do, period, full stop. He is, if he's neurodivergent, then I'm going to be the next president of the United States, okay? He's not neurodivergent. He's making all kinds of excuses for his behavior. This is some spoiled ass, rotten piece of shit that his mother let him get away with everything because his father probably beat the crap out of him and didn't know how to make him a man. But it's still going to be a man that we couldn't deal with because these people, AUB, fundamentalists, they don't have the same values we do. Kody has always stolen from them. And now he's like, wait a minute, the money has stopped. The money has stopped. And Robyn is, we all think that Robyn got where she got because of her thunder cooch. You are right in a certain respect that Kody is running or telling Robyn what to do, but not 100%. Robyn is running that shit. Robyn is manipulating Kody, getting what she wants, and now she's separating from him. She is laying down the ground for the divorce, and this dumbass forgot how she dragged Preston through the mud. I thought Preston was sexually abusing her and physically abusing the children. They were all so gung-ho to get them.
Right.
So I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get on the Megatron train because I was listening to some other content creators just for the mortgage part. So this backdoor deal, there looks like there could have been a way where Kody could have forced the sale. It was how the deeds on the property were written. And since he had a majority, he could have forced it because he would have had Janelle and Robyn backing him up. Now, Janelle was smart in telling Mary get a lawyer, but it's like we all said, Janelle doesn't do things on her own. She needs to delegate, right? But she didn't realize that, thank God, I think Mary must have gotten a really good lawyer. And, side note, they say, Suki said that they all read these things. Mary, my dear, pay really, really close attention to what I'm going to tell you. I don't know the laws in Arizona, but I would venture to say, get yourself a lawyer that could practice in Arizona and in Nevada. because your divorce was coerced. I know you want to stand on principle and say you did it for the family, but we all know you were forced because of how you were raised and what you were taught to believe. And you thought you were doing this for the family. I know you got a good heart. I know you're a straight shooter, but right now you got to separate yourself from these people. They are not your family. They don't love you. They don't want the best for you, and they will destroy you, or maybe destroy is a strong word, Mary, but they will fuck you up any which way they can. Let me be real. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, so I do talk a little street, but I really, really want to shake you because I'm seeing that you're just shell shocked during this whole thing. You know, you got some PTSD, and I just think that this last move by Robyn really should have opened your eyes, like really opened them. You are not dealing with people that ever loved you. The Kody that you that courted you, that you fell in love with 30 years ago doesn't exist. And if you sit back and you think about it, he came with a plan. His parents presented him with the perfect opportunity because he was a young horn dog. So he could grab as many women as he want, screw them as he want, because he was not going to be financially responsible for them. Because this is how your religion works. Everything was on the women.
Right.
And there's a song going on that you need to hear by Paris Paloma called Labor. Mary, look at those lyrics because that's you. And I know that you are a good person. You've quietly given money to the kids to the other children that you helped raise, because you helped raise them, because you put money there so there would be food on the table. I'm sure you're not perfect. Nobody is. But I'm going to say this. Wake the fuck up and let your lawyer get an accountant to do a forensic audit to look at your divorce, because your divorce was so crooked. I just don't know how they aired it on television. And I think because Kody likes to talk and try to flip, and, you know, with his fake ADHD, if he has anything, it's ADHD, because he just has to vomit everything out of his mouth. And his entitlement is insane. You need to remove your heart and your soul and just look at him and look at what he does and look at Robyn, because Robyn came in with the plan. You thought Robyn would help bring happiness and cohesion to the family. As soon with that wedding dress debacle, that should have been your wake-up call. But, and then the fact that he almost let Truly die, all of that stuff. But I'm not going to dwell too much on that, because I just had like a couple of points, you know, and my handwriting sucks. But a couple of points here is that TLC is backing your ex-husband, because I don't know if TLC could be held liable, but TLC interns, this is for you. Your fucking station is normalizing domestic abuse, financial abuse, trafficking, not so much sex trafficking, but labor trafficking and child abuse. Because it's not cute that this man is making all this money and his kids are hungry. And it's not cute that he was able, with the money that your company gave him, he would jump from state to state and didn't give a fuck about what he was doing to his children mentally, the opportunities that they were losing, whether in school or socialization, or to have a normal life. Your TLC, and it's not just with Sister Wives. I've seen snippets of your other programs, and it's fucking disgusting. And I'm a pretty liberal person, but you guys go out there. You normalize violence towards each other. And violence doesn't mean that you grabbed a knife or you shot someone. It's the verbal, it's the financial, it's the threats. Like, how many times did Kody loom over to Christine or loom at Mary? You're not going to tell me that this motherfucker never put hands to these women. They might never admit it, but I will bet my whole freaking pension that he's put hands to them. Now, I'm taking too much time, but let me get quick to Robyn, because I wrote a couple of things. Robyn is separating herself from Kody. She's trying to put that she wasn't a part of it, because she said something really, really important. She said, just because I'm married to him, it doesn't mean that I agree with him. We are two separate people.
Right.
I tried to do what I could for Mary, but I'm his wife and I couldn't betray him. What she's using is that legality where I don't know if it's federal, but that a wife can't testify against a husband and vice versa. I know they can't do that in New York. It has to be
Well,
really
it's a privilege. So it's the same as like a doctor, lawyer, or doctor, patient,
confidential.
lawyer,
Yes.
client. Yeah, it's the same type of privilege.
Yeah.
Or a priest to, in confession,
Exactly.
that kind of thing. Same privilege.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what it is. So she's already laying that groundwork to separate herself because she doesn't want to fall when Kody falls. And,
Right.
we're all talking about this. Michelle's husband, thank you, darling. And I love that limerick. That was just so freaking awesome. But now's the time where we could call the FBI, we could call the IRS and just say, hey, look at this episode, look at this. This is mortgage fraud. So with Janelle, we know Janelle signed the gift letter because she said she let it go. Mary didn't. And I don't think Mary signed a full NDA. I don't even think she signed anything because she said, I agreed not to talk about it. She never said she signed an NDA because I went back 3 times to hear it. What I think happened is since both of their names are on there, when they sold it, he probably said, Mary, could I take all the money and use it for the house? And she probably said, yeah, but I want it back. But I guarantee you she didn't sign or put any agreement for him to pay her back. But she certainly didn't put for the gift. He just said, well, this is my house. It went into the family pot because I think that's what he's trying to use as his escape in the investigation. It's a family pot. So if it's a family pot, Coyote Pass should have been 4 ways because Robyn never worked. So Robyn never put any money in there. So they're one. And then all the other wives. Christine never should have had to sign over her portion because she paid into it. And that's what gets my goat. So that there is also coercion because she didn't want to be involved with Kody financially because of what he does. He tries to, let's be honest, not screw. He will fuck everybody over and he doesn't care. I think he would do it to his own mother. He just is the product of his environment. It kills me to say it. That is who he is. Does not have the same morals we do. And all of us come from, if anyone would come in on a Saturday new, we're all from different backgrounds, all different ages, but we all have the same freaking morals. There's nothing wrong with being a decent human being. It's not a fucking superpower. It really isn't.
Right.
And Mary is holding back and she has a lot to say. And if it wasn't for Jen there, she would shut down. Because I really think, if you've ever been like really betrayed, and I don't mean broken heart as a youngster, I mean as a grown ass fucking adult, whether you were betrayed at work or betrayed by a family member, something that shook you to the core, that hurts your heart till this day, that's Mary. That's Mary. And if we're going to go back, she was the punching bag because she was the straight shooter. Like, I don't know who mentioned, Christine telling you coming with all this baggage. I don't know where the hell that came in from left field when I think Maddie was giving birth. There was some nastiness there. Like, Christine is not as sweet and as nice as she wants. Christine is a fucking bitch on wheels. The fact that she made fun of Mary's infertility, I'm sorry, girl. You're dead to me. Janelle, that's another piece. Janelle is Kody. She was the original Robyn, but she's Kody. She's another selfish bitch. And if there was a way that the sale could have been for, she would have gone with it. You know why? Because she did her part and told Mary to get a lawyer. Probably not thinking that Mary would, because I was thinking about this and I want your opinion on this, James. I know I'm taking too much time, but this is the last thing. When Mary gave the final check to Coyote Pass to Kody and Robyn, and she said, Janelle told me to get a lawyer. I think it was her way of saying, what's going on? What are you doing? And I'm going to get a lawyer. So be straight. Because I think that was her way of saying, I'm going to stick up for myself. Because the fact that her arch enemy, because she is, told her that, I swear God must have been there and really prompted Mary to do it. And that cloud on title is probably what saved her. But I think what really pissed Robyn off is she didn't want to do, it was probably going to be by 3, and she didn't want to do by 3. You know, the thirds, I guess it would have been 33 and a half instead of 25.
Right.
And probably that was the NDA. So Mary can say, well, Robyn is a selfish, oh God, I'm going to be Robyn is a selfish piece of shit. Another word was going to come out, but that word is just too filthy for public. But yeah, I wouldn't even say it on a Saturday. It's a filthy word. But she's self-sucked. But this is, go back and watch it like with a clear head and just look at it. Like you could just, even in the editing, TLC was trying to make us dizzy with this telephone. It was like telephone. You know,
Right.
I'm calling James and I'm saying Negla's wearing a red dress with blue stripes, but it looks awful on her. And you're going to call Megatron and say, oh my gosh, Linda said that Negla looked terrible. You know, she's not taking care of herself. But what I said is attached to what you said. You know what I'm
Right.
just
You put
watch
your
it. It was
flavor on
the
top of whatever.
yeah, it was like the editing, and then they would go back. But again, why isn't Robyn and Kody sitting down together? They will never sit together because you know what's going to happen? Cody's going to get up and scream. David might lose his shit. And just a sidebar, like maybe I'll do a speed pipe. This thing of making David sound mad or whatever, I think they kind of edited out of context. You know, they try to say, well, I wouldn't let her go. You're damn right, because I'm your man and I'm not going to let anybody scare you or put you down. And
Right.
I don't know I think Christine is still scared of Kody. And I think at that time she was getting ready to write the book. And that was probably her way to say, okay, fuck you, Kody, I'm not scared. Because remember, this is before the book came out and this is before Special Forces.
Right.
But I'm sorry. I know I kind of took over here, but it's just a lot of shit there. And I gotta maybe tag Jody and let her know where she could see it for free. It's some YouTuber puts it. But TLC, boy, if Mr. Carr from the FCC wasn't answering for the bullshit he did to Jimmy Fallon, I can't believe that I would be the person to write to the FCC and say, you need to look at this channel because it's just really disgusting. It's just poisoning the American family. I can't believe that I would actually think that, me, who was like live and let live, and you know, I'm liberal to an extent, but I'm not with the abuse and I'm not with this disgustingness, because not for nothing, this is not just for adults. Kids see this shit. Young girls and young men that are dating see this. And you're telling them that this disgusting behavior is okay. You know, and
there's that normalizing effect, which you have to be concerned about.
That's it, James. They're normalizing this shit. Trust me. If I were to meet an executive from TLC, that motherfucker would get the only throat punch. They would know in Brooklyn when we say throw him a beating, I would throw him a beating, like for real. For real, but that's it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm gonna let you all go give somebody else a chance. But yeah, Janelle is a fucking piece of shit. Which unbothered, nothing matters because of her. And Robyn is laying the groundwork. And TLC, we're not going to look for season 21 because we want to see all these motherfuckers in jail. Okay, I'm stopping. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Happy anniversary again, Negla. I think I put something on our Facebook page. You all rock. Megatron, I'm glad you sound better. And I'm out. Bye.
All right, Linda, take it easy. Have a good one. Stay out
All
of
right.
trouble, Linda. Awesomeness. Well, before we move on, we had some super chats come in. We had Negla 3 with the $2 super chat. Loves the limerick. Bert from UK, Michelle's husband. Love the limerick. Thank you so much, Negla. Let me give you a little something. And this is for Bert too. Yay, Bert. All right. Then we had Julianne Kinkle, member for 4 months. What? Holla at your boy. Kody and Janelle discussed the backdoor deal, but Robyn says Kody can't be run by one of his wives. So why didn't Suki bring that up to Robyn? Good question. You know why she didn't bring it up to Robyn? Because if she would have brought that shit to Robyn and said, Robyn, you said before that Kody can't be intimidated by another wife. You said before that he has his own mind. You said before that he's strong. Robyn, in fact, we're going to run the tape of you saying that. And they run the tape. You know what Robyn going to say to him? Robyn going to look Suki right in the face, and she going to say,
I beg your pardon? Fired. But I...
fired. She would have fired the shit out of Suki. That'd be her last day. Which is why, this is what I was saying. This is why they need to start taking this off of Suki and start putting it back onto the cast members. Because Suki is not immune from being let go. But if one of the cast members say something to them, they have a certain level of immunity. Because what, they going to cancel the show? What, they going to cancel the show because Janelle said something adverse to Robyn or hurt Kody's feelings? They all of a sudden go pull Janelle off the show or fire Christine? I don't think so, But yeah, absolutely. And the crazy part is, like, the fan base knows the show so much better than the people they get to host the tell-alls. I don't know. Just weird, isn't it? Just weird. Then we have Julianne Kinkle with the $4.99 super chat. Said 4 people buy groceries and make a meal. 2 people have more food on their plate because they are hungrier, while the other 2 starve. That's Coyote Pass. Yeah, not everybody's being treated equally. Not everybody's being treated equally. And I think that that's a perfect analogy. Not everybody's being treated equally. Thank you so much, Julianne. All right. Next up, we have in a cipher, we have Kitty. What's going on, Kitty? How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing very well. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so my initial thoughts were that Kody was a liar, Robyn was a liar, and I think Janelle was a liar too. In a sense,
okay.
That the way that she goes and says that there was no backdoor deal, I was just like, it probably would have been that, Janelle said, okay, my lawyer said that we could do this, but why? You know what I mean? And then Robyn and Kody took that little piece of information that Janelle gave and ran with it. I think that David should have kicked Kody's ass. Sorry, my bad. Kody's butt. All the way off. It's one thing to have your ex-wife and her husband there to talk to you.
Right.
It's another thing when you go and tell that ex-wife that you used to love her in front of her husband. I do agree with Christine. It was bad. I don't know why Kody did it. I think he shouldn't have done it. Point blank. No, because seriously, if it say for example, if it was my ex-husband saying that to me in front of my significant other, I would be like, what the fuck? What? Sorry, my bad. What the F? No. What the F, dude? Why are you saying this? I would be questioning him. I wouldn't even let my significant other even question it. I'd be like, what the heck, dude? No, we don't say that no more.
Right.
The only reason why I may love you is because of the kids. That's it. But that's it. That's all there is to it, dude.
Well, because I think that the way that would have to come out, if it were to come out at all, it would have to be coupled with, I apologize for the way I treated you. I apologize for the way I made you feel. And I mistakenly said, or I intentionally said, or I was wrong for saying that I never loved you, because we both know that that's not true.
Well,
But
yeah,
I am
exactly.
the underlying principle shouldn't be I'm coming to apologize because I might have hurt your feelings because I said I didn't love you. The underlying principle or apology, foundational apology should be, I'm sorry I treated you like shit. I'm sorry
Yeah.
I gave you the way to leave and the
Yeah.
reasons to leave because of the way I was treating you.
Well,
And
yeah,
I neglected you.
and that's and that, you know what, and that's exactly understandable. I would have been more understanding if it was like that instead of him saying what he did.
Right.
Like,
Just coming out saying, yeah, girl, I missed that boot tag. Like, what the shit? Like,
yeah, no, like I was surprised that David didn't jump over the table for that. I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't like, if that actually did happen, I would have been like, good job, TLC. You gave us a pay-per-view moment there.
Right.
But that really irked me the most. The other thing that irked me the most was, and I hate Mary for this, that she didn't like. I get it that her and Janelle are not buddies. I get it. But the way that Janelle was trying to help her, I literally think that Mary should have actually what she should have done is when she found out about this backdoor deal, that she should have called Janelle and go, hey, what's going on? And not talk to Kody and Robyn about it, because I know for a fact that they would lie.
Right. Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Like, because especially if if Janelle was the person that you were working with,
yeah,
and it would make more logical sense. Like, everybody talks this logic shit, but it would make more logical sense that Kody and Robyn would try to disrupt or break up your alliance, even if it's a soft alliance between Janelle and Mary, as opposed to, no, girl, I'm looking, even though I've been screwing you over for all these years, even though I'm sitting on top of all your equity from your house sale, even though I owe you all kinds of money and I'm still trying to pry money from you, that's
the other thing.
This instance, like, what?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. If I was Mary, I would have sued him. I would have gotten everything. I wouldn't, and I would even tell my lawyer, like, hey, Kody and Robyn wants 25% out of the 4 plots that they had, that Robyn wanted a cut of her own instead of having one with Kody alone. And I know for a fact the lawyer would have been like, okay, let's get an accountant. Let's get a forensic accountant for this, because obviously something's fishy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, the whole thing.
It didn't. And I mean, even a lawyer, like, even if a lawyer heard about that, he would have been like, no, let's do this. Because if they're getting individual cuts, something's got to go. Something's got to go, right?
Right. Well, especially if you've been contributing money the whole time and they've been utilizing family money the whole time. Like we got to balance the books. Like, the books have to be balanced. So
and including the forensic accountant, I guarantee you, he probably would have been like, no, Mary gets the majority, Janelle gets the second most majority, and then Kody and Robyn gets the least. Right.
If anything, it might have knocked them off a Kody pass entirely.
Oh yeah.
So because they owe so much money, but
I know for a fact the accountant would have literally was like, no, this is Mary and Janelle's property entirely, and you guys get nothing. You guys get bumped.
I would even say, like, my whole thing is, like, from the beginning, is that I don't want to encourage anybody to have to go back and fight this fight. What I would rather you do is prepare yourself so you don't have to fight this fight, and you don't put yourself in this situation. Like, that's how I'm kind of attacking the thing, because this is crazy.
I'm just saying it's like a foresight 2020 kind of position, not like don't go fight it now because you never know.
Right. But, well, I mean, you could fight. Like, if you got to fight, you got to fight. But if you can avoid this dumb shit by making sure that if you give somebody money to buy anything, a house, car, whatever, big ticket item, and you give them money, you should be listed as an owner. Because if something were to happen, like the crazy part is, if something were to happen to Kody, his property would automatically go to Robyn.
Oh
If
yeah,
something were to
exactly.
happen
And that's why I said about the Coyote Pass. Instead of
Right.
it splitting it 4 ways, they should split it 3. Because
Right.
then it doesn't really matter between Kody and Robyn at that point. Because if one of them got bunked off, the other one would have gotten the full payment of it.
Right. Well, I mean, even as far as like, well, Cody's the this person, and then you have the first wife, and she's gonna make sure the legal wife is gonna make sure everybody gets paid. No. Because if they are in a car together and that car goes off the road and winds up a tree somewhere, and they not here no more, knock on wood. I'm not wishing bad luck on anybody. But I'm saying if something were to happen, then their kids inherit everything. And you as an adult would be relying on those kids or the guardian of those kids to parcel out money for you. And you could have somebody, a brother or a sister, who may or may not agree with polygamy, look at it and say, you know what? These kids deserve all that money because they're going to miss that time with their parents. They just lost both their parents. So they deserve everything. And there's nothing you can do about it as the non-legal spiritual wife. I don't give a shit how many kids you got.
No, exactly. No, and that's what I mean. Like they should have, like what the lawyer, like Mary's lawyer should have done is gotten a forensic accountant right then and there. As soon as he heard like about the four of them splitting it 4 ways.
Right. Yeah, I say like just please don't do this to yourselves.
Yeah.
Don't do it to yourself because this is Looney Tunes. Like this whole thing is Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And like I said, like with what happened, like Kody, that like the whole apology tour just kind of teed me off. Like Janelle was being all dazed because of Kody and how he acted, and then Christine was rightfully upset, and I completely understand where she was coming from. She was rightfully upset, and then with Mary, yes, she was upset and angry, but she should have been more.
Right.
And then Robyn can just go away. I mean, to be honest, like if they had a TLC show now, it should have just been the OG3 and possibly Kody, and leave Robyn the hell out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she doesn't really participate anyway, so she's just there to collect checks.
No, and same with her kids. Yeah, and same with her kids. Like, just go away. You don't need to be part of this.
Right. Yeah, they just there for the check. So.
Yeah. But those are my points. I mean, it is what it is. Oh, and I forgot to tell everybody my interview yesterday went really, really well. I did go for an interview for a job. So I'm crossing fingers hopefully
crossed.
next week.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, no, because I was telling that to everybody on Sunday that I couldn't stay for the show or for the rest, like for the remainder of the show, because I had to go and do an interview.
A job interview. Okay, well, good luck with everything. Hopefully it works out. You get some good news soon. They'll be
I hope so too. All right. I'll see y'all later.
All right. Have a good one. All right. Let's put some hearts in the chat for Kitty. Hopefully she's able to get that employment. She's trying to get that come up. She's able to get that come up. I always like to hear that kind of stuff. People winning. Is my boy in there? Hold on a second. Let me see. Did I upload that? No, I didn't. Yeah, winning. Put some hearts in the chat for her. Yeah, that's awesome. We have Snippy B will be next, and then we have Marie H. Rofagel. I think that's right. $5 super chat said, does anyone remember when it came to paying the land off, Krusty and Sabin sneakers only paid Sabin sneakers? They only paid a third playing we're married when it suits them. Yeah, right. We married. We should have to pay a full 1/4. That's ridiculous. You know, thieves gonna thieve, man. Crooks gonna crook, and you know, they're gonna steal. It is what they do. It's what they do. You know. And again, like I can't emphasize this enough. Like anybody who is in this situation, please don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. This fugazi shit is crazy to me. Like I feel bad for the ladies, and part of the reason why everybody is so animated about it is because it's such a crazy situation, and it's so dumb. Like it's just like I wish Mary, Janelle, and even Christine never would have agreed to this without rock solid agreements in place, contracts in place, so that they could protect themselves. It's so often that we watch this show for 20 seasons, and Kody has operated off of vibes, and trust me, bro, like that's the sum total of what he brings to the table. Vibes and trust me, bro. Like, oh, you can put your money in, and like even I talked about it in my video that's coming out tomorrow. Like when he was sitting there talking to Christine about the money that the money from the sale of her house. Because remember, he tried to get that money too. Oh yeah, Christine, you could sell this house. We could take the money from the sale of this house, pay off Kody Pass, and then I'll work to get your money back to you. Why would I give you money so you could give it back to me? That's a stupid. And I'm glad Christine didn't fall for it. But it's the fact that he was so confident when he said it. You know, we know for sure this isn't the first time he did it because he did it to Mary. But it's the fact that he felt so confident in doing it because he was sure that they were going to go along with it. Right? And that's what I really try to push on the channel is that, like, we just got to be smart when it comes to this kind of thing. Like, you want to trust people, you want to believe people, but we got to be smart and look out for ourselves, because you're trusting somebody who today you're getting along. Today you guys are friends. Today everything is cool. But what happens if you guys have an argument? What happens if you have a disagreement? What happens if you go through his phone and you find his Tinder account? What happens then? Then the trust me bro shit is out the window. The vibe stuff is out the window. You said you was going to do, that's out the window. So we just got to be smart in how we approach stuff. You know, and that's just, and we look at this is an extreme situation, but it's not an uncommon situation. That's all I'm saying. But thank you so much, Marie H. Let me give you a little something. All right, then we're going to go to Snippy B. What's going on, Snippy B? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you all doing tonight?
Doing fantastic. What are your thoughts? Let me know what you're thinking.
Oh, James, I have so many thoughts. I used to work in foreclosure. I'm a business manager now. So to get to the first thing, Mary probably is in a different position, because when the show first started, her and Kody were legally married. So she's probably on that original corporation's paperwork, which is why she didn't have to do a gift letter when she sold her house. So he has to pay her back because she was part of that original corporation where the others may not have. And I've only been watching the show for like 4 or 5 years when they all started leaving him because I couldn't stand him. He reminds me of my ex. But we see how his mind works. He's to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. He's not taking care of business on the back end. Right. So he didn't think to get Mary off of that paperwork.
Right. Well, the only thing that would concern me is that the house would have been a part of their personal property. And then when they received their divorce decree, if the divorce decree said it was 50-50 for the house, then she would have to sign something to say that she's relinquishing her money unless they washed it through the LLC.
Yeah, that's what I'm
When it-
thinking, that they took it through the LLC, and where the family pot was the corporation. It's actually corporate paperwork that they would have initially done, because what, a year or two ago, him and Robyn made a new corporation to put their checks in.
Dabsark. Yeah, Dabsark. Yeah.
Yeah, so that way they could get away from where Mary had any viewing of that paperwork.
Right.
I mean, Janelle had the viewing before, but I clearly, as much of a businesswoman as she is, she didn't understand it. So, but
I get what you're saying. She saw the paperwork, but she didn't.
she didn't get it.
I can look at a physics book, but that doesn't mean
Exactly. Exactly. And I don't dislike any of the OG3. I really don't. But I don't trust Janelle because of how Janelle is. Janelle is your friend until she's not your friend. And then she doesn't tell you she's not your friend anymore. You just, boom, surprise, you can't count on her. Because that's what she did to Mary from the beginning.
Yeah. You're saying that she's the friend that you would call. She's your friend up until the time you call. Remember when you said you would help me move? Yeah, we moving this set. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, like she said in one interview that, yeah, Mary and her were sister-in-laws, which I didn't understand all that. I had to go back and watch a bunch of videos, yours and other people's.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, of course, Mary wanted me to meet Kody because, she wanted her friends to meet Kody. Well, I thought you said y'all weren't friends.
Right. Well,
how are you going to be her friend and come in and make a move on her man? I don't need a friend like that.
Right. She was a sister-in-law. In fact, there's pictures of Janelle at the wedding with Kody.
Right.
Mary's wedding with Kody. And she was there with her then husband, Mary's brother. So
right, who died during Christine's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
He died.
Right. And so I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, this is something I stand on 100%. If me and my wife had a falling out, and then a month later, a year later, 2 years later, I catch up with them and she's dating a friend of mine or a family member, my first question is, how long has this shit been going on? I mean,
exactly.
That's my question. Like no shade on anybody, but I'm like, how long y'all been doing this? How long this been in the works? And I would think that would be something that Mary would have to contend with.
Right. And I like Mary. I wish that if things don't work out with her and Ron, that she would do more of a like what Christine did, a matchmaker, because she is public and her life is complicated. And I think a matchmaker would be better for that. But I don't know what y'all think about that. I enjoy you guys. I don't get to chat much, so I really enjoy being on.
Well, let me respond to your point. I think that a matchmaker would make the most sense. And when you are somebody in the public spotlight, there's always a concern, especially reality TV type situation. I think there always has to be a concern with the people that you associate with, because these are always people who could potentially flow right into your work situation.
Right.
Like if she was doing like standard movies, and you become friends, like I become great friends with Brad Pitt or Denzel Washington or Tom Cruise or something. That doesn't mean I get a movie role. No matter how many parties I go to, right? But if I'm friends with Kody Brown, there's a possibility I might show up on the show. Or I'm friends with Mary, or I'm dating Mary, there's a possibility I could show up on the show. There's a real possibility I could show up on the show.
Just watch so he doesn't put a tree down on you, James.
Yeah. Just make sure I'm not out there. Hey, man, you might help me move these trees, I'm good. Because you look like you don't know which way the tree is gonna fall. So I don't know if I can stand next to you or or when you
Yeah.
say the shoe gonna fall that way, I go stand over there, you know. So now I'm good.
Was anyone
Especially
else
around
not
the
surprised that he dropped trees on the house? I mean, I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right. I was like, that tracks. That's exactly what I said. I was like, yeah,
But I'm so sarcastic usually,
right.
so that's
Only
where the
thing I
name
wish,
comes from.
I just wish they would have caught it on tape. I wish they would have caught it on video. You know,
Oh
him dropping that
yes.
tree on the house. No, damn it. Bah, right?
You know, if they're not going to show that kind of stuff, then you're right. It needs to be canceled. But I would rather see a show of Nell doing what her and Maddie are doing down in North Carolina. Christine and David living their best life, traveling, doing whatever. Mary, from what I understand, travels a lot. I'd love to see that. And, you know, spend 2 minutes on Kody and Robyn dropping trees on their house. Great. The show. Wrap it up.
Right. That's the show right there. TLC interns, take notes.
Take notes. Cut me a check. I'm clocking in. I'm clocking in.
There you go. And I don't have an LLC, so you can just go ahead and write that personal check. In fact, I'll take cash. I don't necessarily trust y'all with no checks because you're not gonna mess my bank up. You know.
Yep.
I'm
and cut James his 20% of mine because, you know, without him, we wouldn't all be here.
I appreciate the acknowledgement. But we'll see how that works out. We'll see the plan. We'll see.
We'll see the plan. I got you, James. I got you. But you all have a good night. I'm going to go finish making my dinner.
All right.
And I appreciate
so much
talking to
I
you.
appreciate you. Have a great night. Bye.
You
Oh shit, I cut her off early. She was saying you too. Thank you so much, Nibby B. Awesome phone call. We have Carmel Cuties up next. Carmel Cuties in the house. What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Uh-oh. Hello. Hello. Carmel Cuties. I think you might have
me.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with my connection, but it kicked me out twice already. I was like, I'm not going back out and come back in again. I took some notes, but Miss Linda kind of hit a lot of points that I was going to hit. I agree with her on a ton of stuff, especially with Robyn and Kody being pieces of shit. Now I lean that title more towards Robyn than towards Kody. I love how they are trying to revamp her as the shy, pretty wife, and she proves it wrong every time. Like, Sookie was so calm. She was calm and nice when she asked her questions, and the snarky, sassy, bitchy attitude that Robyn threw back, it would have took me out of character. My blackness would have came out real quick, real fast. And the fact that Sookie just remained calm and still asked her more questions, and she was like, oh, I'm loyal to Kody. Yeah, bitch, being loyal to Kody is about to get you all the way tore up, because I'm sure Mary and Jen got something cooking up in their back pockets that they're not speaking on. And I wouldn't be shocked if it was, documentation, because Mary's real organized, real clean, real organized. And so, yeah, Janelle might have been the bookkeeper for the whole family, but we don't know what kind of books Mary kept when it comes to her payments, the agreements, and such and so forth. What I don't understand, and I'm going to keep it real, and I'm a giving person, don't get me wrong. I'm the type, I'll give the shirt off my back to somebody who may need it, if within reason. I ain't walking around here with my boobies hanging out. But when it comes to Mary wanting that foundation of, it was me and Kody in the beginning, he loved me, I loved him, we started this family together. Okay, we get that. But the fact that I feel she did a lot of things in name of the family or for the family, that it's now coming back to bite her in the ass. Giving up your legal marriage supposedly for the good of the family, right? To adopt Robyn's kids. Then turned around, you sold your Vegas house. And even though out your own mouth you say Kody didn't make those payments, and she's alluding to he didn't make no payments on her house.
Right.
So, where the flying? I'm trying to hold back cussing today. I really am. But where in the hell did he come off thinking it was going to be 50-50 when it was time to sell the house? And if I remember correctly, I got to go back and find the YouTuber who actually posted their divorce decree that was available to the public. They didn't list the house as an asset. So if y'all didn't list the house, which to me sounds a little fraudulent on the divorce paperwork, but if you didn't list the house, how do you get 50-50 from something that wasn't listed?
Right. Right.
Now, I may not know all the realms of real estate and things of that nature, but that just doesn't, that math don't add up, even in polygomath, right? Or polygamy math. Also, I just seen early this morning when I first got up, one of these little YouTube clips that they show, like when they got in arguments or like when everybody got married or whatever, somebody has diced and chopped up a like 20-minute video of all these different clips. And in one of those clips was the conversation that Kody had with Christine when she was getting ready to leave. And she was saying she didn't necessarily know what to do with her house in Flagstaff because Gwendolyn, was still in school. She couldn't find roommates. So her thought process in the beginning was she would let Gwendolyn stay there and rent out 2 of the other rooms, and she'd lock the upstairs room, and that'd be where, like, her Airbnb when she came into town with Truly. And so when they were talking about possibly selling the house, Kody was like, Robyn and I put in the money because Christine wouldn't have qualified for the loan for the house if we wouldn't have put in the money to help her with the down payment. So because if she sells the house, that money needs to go back to Coyote Pass. And everybody was like, yeah, that doesn't make sense because 1, Christina truly got to have somewhere to live when they move to Utah. 2, why would she sell her house, put the money in Coyote Pass if she's never going to live at Coyote Pass? And of course, that was Christine's thought process as well. And I kind of laughed because that same sentiment wasn't exchanged with Mary. Because Mary put down the money for you and Robyn's house because y'all wouldn't have qualified for the loan without her and Janelle's money backing up your loan. So now when y'all sell the McMansion for $1.2 million, shouldn't that money have gone back to Mary? Because at that point, Coyote Pass was already paid off.
Right. Right.
So how is it that
the crazy part is that the money that he's saying that he gave Christine, him and Robyn, it doesn't make sense because that would have been money that Christine would have contributed to the family fund. Just because you wrote the check, if you and I have a joint bank account, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're both like our paychecks are going into that joint bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Karma Cuties, could you write me a check real quick so I could send this off? And you wrote me a check. I'm contributing to that money too. Like, what do you like? It's not your money and it's not my money. If I wrote you a check, it's not my money that I'm writing you a check. It's our money.
Right.
And that's kind of how I understood when Kody and Robyn gave the money to Christine. It was the family money that they gave to Christine. But
So
Christine contributed to the family money. Like, so what? Like, it's just the way they talk about it. Kody does this round and round bullshit where he tries to get you confused. But I'm looking right at it. I'm looking at what you're saying. And it doesn't make sense.
Right. Well, that's because Kody treats the family bank account as his own personal bank account.
Right.
Because it seemed like each of the wives had their own personal bank account. And then he had the family account where he would write checks or transfer money from when it was time for the wives to get whatever the case may be. But TLC paid them through an LLC, right? They didn't pay them directly through Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, Mary Brown, Kody Brown, Robyn Brown.
Right.
And because they paid them through the LLC was deposited into that family bank account.
Right.
So again, if we're all contributing, including Christine, at the time that they withdrew the money to buy the house, that's still, like you said, that's still her money. It's family money. So, but again, when it came down to Mary, are you gonna go, you idiot? When it came down to Mary, like, it seems like Kody knows how to hurt these women, and he hits them in the core. And just like he, talks shit about Christine's looks and weight, he talks shit about Janelle's brightness of being a businesswoman and whatnot. But when it comes to Mary, labeling her like the mean wife, the wife that everyone was scared of, I don't think that hit and hurt her as much as him trying to literally fuck her over financially. I think when it comes to Mary, from both Kody and Robyn, it's I'm gonna do all I can to get my last lick in when it comes to her.
Right.
And the sad part is, like, Janelle helped played in that game. I had seen another clip. God damn, everybody named Mama driving stupid tonight. Sorry. I had seen another clip where it was about when they went on that vacation and Christine got pissed off about Kody not telling his friend to apologize for saying he should leave a couple of his wives, right?
Right.
I don't remember exactly where the vacation was at, but I know it started off with supposedly they were going to go see one of Robyn's friends who canceled at the last minute. So now they had nothing to do for the day, and they're all trying to scramble and figure it out before going to go pick the kids up or meeting up at what the Old Faithful, what is that? Yosemite? Not Yosemite. What's the name of that damn park? Anywho, long and short, they had it's right before, I guess, the whole Ken argument situation came about. And it was Janelle who basically was like, well, I have an idea, but I don't think everybody's going to like it. And when Kody was like, what? She was like, call Ken Grant. And that's when Kody was like, oh, but Christine hates him. Like, at one point, he was backing like what Christine felt. And Janelle was like, yeah, but he's fun. Go ahead and call him. So that, like, the last, who, I don't know who necessarily said it. Was it Linda or the last caller who said Janelle doesn't know how to be a friend until she wants something? And that's how I see it. Like, she don't fuck with Mary until it's time for, well, can you call the prophet for me so I can get my release? She don't fuck with Mary until it's time to be like, hey, you may want to go get a lawyer in case they're trying to screw us over, because I need to make sure I get my cut back of Coyote Pass. And if we stick together, I'll make sure I get my cut. Janelle's been an underlining snake this whole damn time, but she smiled in everybody's face and threw rocks and hit her hand. And I think because the family solely focused on Robyn and all the shady shit she did, that Janelle could do the underhanding shit she did on herself as well. Like, Janelle was quick to talk about how, her kids are her Achilles heel, but yet when the show first started, she was quick not to come home after work talking about, if I want to go see a movie or if I want to go to dinner, I can. You never really raised your kids. You didn't start doing the job until y'all moved to Vegas and had to be separate from everybody else. But somehow her kids still found their way to Christine's house. I just don't understand how, in the end, Mary gets screwed the most and Janelle was going to be okay with it. Even if it was, my attorney suggested, and I don't know what kind of sleazy, slimy attorney you got that would even suggest that Kody fucking sells shit out from underneath anybody. Because how does that benefit you? You think Kody's going to slap in extra money to give back to you? No. If your name is only on 1/4 of the parcels, that's the only money he's going to give you.
Right.
If he even did that. But it further lets me know, like, I think that they probably did hook up after his so-called apology tour. Because she needed to throw that thing back one last time to make sure, like, hey, you're not gonna stick me. Let me remind you what it feels like, Kody, so that it's at the forefront of your mind when it's time to sign on the dotted line for the money for Coyote Pass. And if she did, she's a slimy bitch for real. But
Right.
yeah, I wasn't feeling this episode based on the information that was said, and it showed Robyn genuinely needs her ass whooped. And I'm probably going to say this until the show ends. But I do feel like she is setting up her exit plan. Because she is now saying things that she's never really said before in that way. Like, oh yeah, she'll say, oh, Kody had the murder face, or oh, he's being a little aggressive, with me. He's being a little pushy with me, but she's never said, oh, he's been violent. She's never said, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, she's loyal and that's her husband and she's trying to separate. But at the end of the day, if you've been an enabler in a courtroom, that still looks just as bad. Oh, it was okay. And quick little story time. My ex didn't live a lifestyle that I felt was conducive to raising my children. He didn't work a 9-to-5. He hustled.
Right.
Right? He's a devil. So when I had my daughter and we had to go to court, I'm trying to explain to the judge all the wrong stuff that this man is doing in his life, right? Nothing's in his name. He don't got a job, but he got money. Mm-hmm. And the judge looks at me and said his lifestyle wasn't so dangerous that you didn't exhaust whatever you needed not to have a child, right? So his lifestyle was okay enough for you to have a child with him, but it wasn't okay enough after the fact. When you knew whatever he's doing, he's been doing.
Right.
So you have to prove to me that he's abusive or he's whatever to the point where I'm going to take away his rights as a father. And I'm not going to lie, that kind of hit me. Like that was a slap in the face in the courtroom. But I had to take it to the chin because what the judge said was true. His lifestyle would have been whatever if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But the child's now here 4 years and I don't like what I see now. Doesn't mean I agreed with what he did. I just didn't like it. And I say that to say Robyn has been Kody's biggest enabler for the past 14, 15 years.
Right.
And the fact that you're now trying to set it up to where it's separate. I don't always agree with his decisions, but you also don't stop him. I don't always go along with what he says, but you sit idly back in the background and also talk shit about the others. For instance, when Christine was leaving, she was quick to say, oh, it's other people putting things in the kids' minds. Yes, the kids need you, but they're basically only getting their mother's side of the story. That's adding to the bullshit that Kody was spewing out when you know damn well he has spent extra time at your house. No matter how much you don't want to admit it on camera, it's the truth. From day one. 11-day honeymoons, him coming down, spending extra money on your kids when the other kids are still eating, day-old molded bread or whatever the case may be. You didn't stop it as long as you and your kids got the best out of the deal. You enabled him. So I can't see a judge pulling out being like, oh, Robyn's not as culpable as Kody. But you sat and benefited, right? You signed them housing documents just like Kody, Mary, and Janelle did.
Right.
You knew what was going on just like every other adult in the situation did. So the fact that, and I'm sure you had many conversations in Kody's ear about how you feel that money is yours, how you don't owe it back, not even an apology regarding taking the money. So therefore, I don't see how she thinks having somebody sign an NDA abolishing her of any fault or wrongdoing, she was going to get away with that. That's some conniving shit.
Right, right.
Why didn't you pull an NDA out in the beginning? Or why didn't you have an NDA when Mary gave the money to put towards the McMansion so you and your kids could live on the high horse above Coyote Pass? Why is it all of a sudden now you want that done? I don't know. I pay attention to people's actions way more than their words. And Robyn's actions have said from day one, she's selfish, she's slimy, and she's a piece of shit. And I think Mary definitely fell for the okie doke. And what I mean by that is, she wanted the best friend, built-in sister wife, all giddy, and we're going to laugh and be like me and Jen and all this other shit. And that's not what she got with Robyn.
Right.
So her blinders were definitely up and on the whole time that, Janelle and Christine pretty much seen through fairly open, like season 1, season 2. Even though they tried to give her a chance to see maybe if things had changed, but as you see the end result, nothing changed. I don't know. I'm just ready to see what's going to happen on this next episode. Are they going to really dive in and talk about the catfish situation? I doubt it. But hey, if we even just scratch the surface of it, it opens the door for at least more of a storyline for the next season if it continues. That's how I look at it. But ultimately, I just felt like these softball ass questions I'm really sick of.
Mm-hmm.
But we do see that if she pushes too hard, which I kind of feel like, again, Sookie may not last after this season because Robyn seemed pretty pissed by the questions being asked.
Right, right.
And I think she thought that them crocodile fake ass tears she always tries to pull out was going to soften Sookie from asking those questions, but it didn't. Sookie just kept going. And I feel like Robyn then had to wipe her face and realize, like, oh, bitch, you're going to keep asking me questions after I started crying and you didn't stop. So now I got an attitude. Now I got to retract and rethink my lies, which she didn't do a good job doing. She forgot her script.
Right.
So blinders were off and we all see you for who you really are. I also find it interesting that Christine didn't directly answer if she felt that Janelle would do a backdoor deal with Kody.
Yeah, that was incriminating as hell too.
Did you peep that? Because she didn't flat out say, well, no, Janelle would never do that.
Right. They all have their own things. Like, what? Wait a minute.
Even if you're trying to stay out of it, there's other ways you could have answered. That wasn't it.
Right.
But
well, I mean, stay out of it for who? Because Janelle is your only friend in this situation. So why wouldn't you back your friend up?
I feel it. But Christine didn't. She didn't answer like somebody who knows for sure that they wouldn't do it.
Right.
I was like, I don't know. Is that Christine's last ditch to throw under the bus just for the shit she talked about David? Could be. Could be. I don't know. We shall see. I'm going to leave a couple speak pipes, though, because I did write, but it's dark as hell and I can't see while trying to drive in traffic. So my little notes that I did write down, I'll just leave them on a speak pipe.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate you. Drive safely.
Glad I could make it. Because, sometimes I be leaving late little work and don't end up, leaving.
Hello? Uh-oh.
And I appreciate you, James. Those who aren't members definitely need to join. Saturdays be a hoot. We talk about everything and anything and everything again. All sister wives and without, but no, it's a good time. You'll definitely have fun.
Right,
and for those that are a little scared to come up and call in, again, you can leave a speak pipe and leave it anonymous. Let James talk about it and not say who it's from. Join in. We love to have more come out and just enjoy yourself. It's a great channel. We're a great community. And thanks to James, it's lit every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
There you go. There you go. Running the whole gamut. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate everything you do, Karma Cuties. You help a brother out. Hold me down. Appreciate you.
Not a problem. I'll see you in the chat.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye. Awesomeness. Caramel Cuties, ladies and gentlemen. OG Triple OG mod with Lizzie B, Brittany Not Brittany. What? We got a full squad up in here. All right, we have a SD Mac with a super chat, $5 super chat. Janelle has more smoke for Robyn than Kody. This is true. This is true. She'll say a little sneaky shit about Kody, but she come right for Janelle or Robyn's throat. She is the one who gives him the pass, not Mary. Yeah. Like Janelle gets caught up because when she gets called out and she gets pulled onto the carpet, all of a sudden it's like, F Kody, blah, blah, blah. He's a dummy, blah, blah, blah. But before that, she's all smiling giggles. Smiling giggles. In his face for sure. Like she was so happy with that. He must be doing the 12-step program. But Mary, when she got there, she was like, oh, we talking now? Like, you know, like the Mary was a tone setter. She was a tone setter. Hugging, handshake. What, we talking now? I mean, shit, when we met on Kody Pass, you act like you couldn't even see your sister. Now all of a sudden you want to hug up on me. Oh, where's your wife at? I noticed she's not around, so things are different. Is that what we're doing? Mary was different. Mary kept it more consistent. Like, you know, regardless of what you think about it, she did keep it more consistent in that instance. But thank you so much, SD Man. Then we had Ty with the $5 super chat. Just checking in. I have thoughts and will leave a speak pipe and probably send you an email, James. I have a crazy sneaking theory. Kody is up to something. All right. I'm looking forward to hearing it because Megatron dropped one on us earlier and I'm going to be making a video about that. So you never know. Hopefully you don't mind if I make videos. You know, give my perspective on your thing and add to it. All right. Because I took down what Megatron is saying and I started adding to it. Like, yeah, you know. So, yeah, we shall see. But thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate it. All right. Flim flam. Oh, shit. I just hit some stuff, knocked it off my desk. Hopefully I ain't break nothing. All right. The flim flam queen. Yeah, right. But we had Zuzu in, but looks like she dropped out. Maybe she had some things popping. But yeah, let's get some hearts in the chat for Megatron. She had some things going on. Miss Betty Aldridge, she had some things going on. Of course, let's get some happy hearts for Negla 3 and her anniversary. Pardon me. Excuse me. I'm about to sneeze again. I can feel it. But it's a delayed reaction. Some hearts in the chat for Negla 3 and her anniversary. I want to thank everybody who called in, gave us their perspectives. Like I said, I love having a conversation with you guys, getting your points of view. And I think it's important for you to be able to get a lot of that off your chest because TLC might not care. They just drop them bombs on you and let them sit on your chest. I like to make sure everybody has a release because you can't keep this stuff wrapped up because it's so crazy. It's so crazy and it's just so unfair that it just doesn't feel right. It just makes you feel dirty. Like I feel half the time when I watch Sister Wives, I do feel a little dirty. I ain't gonna lie. Bruh, man, I do feel a little dirty. But we had Lizzie B gifted One My Take on Reality membership. So you guys can come to the members only Saturday party. We have that at noon. It's a roundtable event. We bring up a whole panel. So I fit as many people as I can onto the panel. And we just have an open discussion and conversation. And we talk about a bunch of stuff. It's not just Sister Wives. We talk about life and love and everything that happens. Sometimes we talk about, different countries, like different experiences in different countries and things. Because we international, in case you didn't know. But thank you so much, Lizzie B. Appreciate all your support. She's also one of the Mega Mod squads. Hold it down for a player. What? I'm telling you, I feel like a Viking. Got my Valkyries, boy. Woo! Don't mess with me, player. You don't want that smoke. You don't want that smoke from the Valkyrie Mod Squad, boy. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Tell you. But let me give a big shout out to folks who contributed to the show tonight. Very generous, very generous. We had Shanna Lee. We had Jody Periscali. Brittany, not Brittany, up in the house. One of the Mega Mod Squads. We had the trifecta triumvirate in the house, as well as Perfumes Are Life. Perfumes Are Life. For some reason, it sounds French, doesn't it? We have Elizabeth's mama. Then we had Megatron. You know, Megatron came through. What? Megatron dropping them bows from the third rope. We had Negla 3, Julian Kinkle in the house. Marie H. We had SD Mac. What? Then, of course, this thing is not cooperating with me. Then we had Marie H, SD Mac, Ty, and of course, Lizzie B. Thank you guys so much. And big shout out to Michelle bringing her husband on. You know, had a little guy time tonight. Got to hear his limerick. Appreciate you guys so much. Big shout out to the Mega Mod Squad. As always, they're the ones that hold us down, especially in the chat while everything is going. Couldn't do the show. The show would not be as good without them. So big shout out and recognition to Lizzie B, Brittany, not Brittany, Carmel Cuties, as well as all the callers, everybody who called in. I'm telling you that this is, hands down, in my opinion, the best, if not one of the best, for sure, communities on YouTube. We have a lot of kind folks. We have a lot of generous folks. We have a lot of people who just operate on common sense, which seems to be rare these days. I don't know. People who have morals. I don't know. But thank you guys so much. Let me give you all a little something. And as mentioned earlier, if you guys want to leave a speak pipe, because we have our Thursday show, that's going to be off the chain. We're going to have some speak pipe messages. All speak pipe is just a way for you guys to be able to participate in the show. If you don't feel comfortable calling in, or maybe you did call in and you have some other things you want to say, you could call in, leave a message on speak pipe. We review the messages on Thursday and I react to them. If you want to call in, leave a speak pipe message, and you don't want your message played on line, just say, James, this is between me and you. If you could just don't play it on speak pipe or play it online, and I'll take your message, I'll transcribe it, and then I'll basically give the idea of the root of what your question or comment is, and then I'll react to it. It's that simple. Or you could leave it anonymous. You don't have to say your name. You don't have to pronounce who you are. It's fine. But it's just another way for you to be able to get your opinions out. Thank you so much, Lizzie B. Be able to get your opinions out and put it into the ether so we can discuss it. All right. Easy peasy, y'all. Easy peasy. But thank you so much for joining us. That's my take. I'm James, and this has been my take on reality. And I've been living life right like I could just die any minute. Don't pull right down the side. PCH.